Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by the University of Maryland Medical System. Be a part of something greater. So the rain has indeed stopped. BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? We are at 71 degrees. Still lots of clouds around, and that humidity still up there at 91%. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Yankees tonight here in Game 2. Joe Girardi will have Gardner, Judge, and Castro. Note Judge in that 2 spot. This is the 12th game that he's hit second for them. Gregorius, Holiday, Bird, Fraser, Ellsbury, and Romine. Didi Gregorius, 40 home runs over the last 2 seasons, 4th most by a shortstop.
And they'll face, that lineup will face Jeremy Hellickson, looking for his 3rd win. 2 and 3 with the Orioles. So again, there the curveball, 4-seamer. I mean, to me, the changeup probably the most important pitch, along with command of the fastball. Now, this is not the same guy that came up in 2011, former Rookie of the Year. The velocity's gone down a little bit, and again, he's pitched very well on occasion. He has struggled the last couple of starts, been hurt by the home run ball. So throw strikes, get ahead. That's one of the keys, Gary. I mean, you look at the batting averages when he gets behind hitters. They're all in the 460, 280. So again, he just has to get ahead, pitch out of the strike zone, and the only way to do that against the Yankees, we saw it yesterday, throw really strike 1 and then especially strike 2. Try to get into those pitchers counts.
As we realized what happened once the ball game was over yesterday, the loss, of course, was number 1, 7-4. But Buck Showalter could not stop talking about the fact the Orioles pitchers issued 10 walks. I mean, you just cannot win ball games where those are the same thing as hits, putting people on base and they're freebies. And Buck always is upset by that. So we'll see what happens here tonight. The Orioles come in a game and a half out of that second wild card spot. 2 teams in front of them. They're 7 behind the division leading Red Sox, who continue to struggle. The Yankees are just 2.5 behind the division leaders, and the Yankees, of course, still hold down the number 1 wild card spot, and they have improved that to 3 games over Minnesota, the second place team. So Joe Girardi's ball club bidding for the postseason berth one way or the other. Here is Brett Gardner to lead it off. Gardner, left-handed hitter, with the 0 for 5 in the opener. Manny Machado will move in just off the grass at third base, and we are underway after a long rain delay. And an 0-1 count. So slippery field, outfield, a lot of rain fell. The tarp was on for the entire time that any rain came, as far as the infield is concerned. 0-1 delivery will come to Gardner from Hellickson, and he will take it down low for a ball. 2-hour and 14-minute rain delay. Get this one underway. Hellickson with the Orioles, the 2-3 mark, ERA of 6.5. His ERA overall 5.15 on the year, and he is 8-8. 1-1 pitch.
Well,
his
there's
numbers
the
for the Orioles are almost exactly, Jim, what they have been with everybody else. He gives up a hit per inning, and that's what he's done with the Orioles.
Yeah, I think they thought that anytime you trade from a National League player, bring him to the American League East in this ballpark, even though Philadelphia, which is where he came from, is very, very small, you're probably going to throw some home runs. 30 home runs on the season, career high.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, and Gardner will take the pitch inside. So Gardner works off the 78-mile-an-hour delivery to a 2-ball, 2-strike count. For Jeremy Hellickson against these Yankees, he comes in carrying a 4-2 lifetime record. He's had 7 previous starts. ERA against the Yankees is 3.21. It's his first start of the season against New York, 7th of his career, and his 9th appearance against the Yankees, a couple times out of the bullpen. 2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way. Gardner fights that one off, and here we go again. Gardner starts out where they left off.
Well, again, if you're going to pitch up in the zone, he's just going to slash it away, and he's trying to make contact. And what we saw yesterday, Dylan Bundy, today he said he didn't feel good in the first inning, even though he struck out 2 of the first 3 hitters. They made him work, and he got hurt by the long ball. But again, maybe you have to make a pitcher's pitch. They just don't get themselves out. It's got to be a quality pitch.
Gardner, a 2-2 delivery to him, will foul another one back. He is 6 for 19 lifetime against the Oriole 30-year-old starter. And this is exactly the way Gardner started the ball game for the Yankees. He ended up grounding out but he fouled off a number of pitches, and he'll be seeing the 7th pitch of this at bat against Hellickson.
And the other thing is, he's not your prototypical leadoff guy because he has 20 home runs, which is a career high. It all started on the 29th of April when he hit a couple off of Ubaldo Jimenez off to the races.
2-2 delivery on the way, and Gardner fights another one off. Speaking of Ubaldo, article in the Baltimore Sun by Ed Encina, who covers the Orioles, that the Orioles for the rest of the way are going to go with a 5-man rotation, and the odd man out is Ubaldo Jimenez. He may have made his final start for the Orioles, final year, 4-year, $50 million deal. He's going to be working out of the bullpen, and they will stay with a 5-man rotation using days off to benefit Dylan Bundy. Off-speed delivery is back into the screen again.
Yeah, Jeremy, he cuts the ball into the lefties. You can see 2 seamers away. Curveball right there that stayed up and allowed Gardner to get to it. You can see again, not as comfortable, and he got hurt in the last game. Kendrys Morales hit 3 home runs in the game, 1 against him, but 3-run home run. Tried to get in and didn't get it in. Well, now they're going to do it, looks like.
2-2 delivery on the way, and Gardner will pop that one up to short. Beckham. Plenty of time to get under it, and Gardner is retired.
I'll take a look at the defense behind Jeremy Hellickson. Mancini, Jones, and Rickard. Machado, Beckham, Scope, Davis, Wellington, Castillo. Sizzling. You're not going to take that bat out of the lineup.
Here is Aaron Judge. Judge continuing with the tremendous on base percentage via the walks. He got 3 of them in the ball game yesterday, would score on one of the 4 of them in yesterday's game. 4 walks and a single, and scored one of the times when he walked. Shift on in the infield against Aaron Judge, and the pitch will be low for a ball. First in homers, 8th in RBIs, and first in runs in the American League is Aaron Judge. An unusual number 2 hitter, certainly, but he has been there a dozen times this year in Girardi's lineups. Check swing, foul back. Take a look at the shift the Orioles have employed. StatCast, powered by AWS.
Yeah, lonesome Chris Davis on the right side, but you would take the way he can hit the ball, and he can pop it up and hit it out in right field. I mean, that's one of the great things that got him, especially early on, 30 home runs at the All-Star break. So you'll take a ground ball single to right.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Outfield, of course, very deep on the home run hitter. Hellickson's delivery to him at hard to third base. Manny Machado right to the glove. 2 down. Well, this has been quite the series on the year between these 2 teams about offense.
Well, we talked about it yesterday. They didn't quite get to 8.1, but a lot of those scores, I mean, 14 runs on 2 occasions, 16, 12, a couple of 8s, a 7. So again, the pitching not what you would like. Starter ERA been a problem all year, but not to that extent. And even the bullpen. But again, let's go back to some of the bullpens. Nuno, Aquino, in those 14-11 games, 12-3 games early in the season. I would like to think that the bullpen's a little bit better here in September.
2 down, nobody on. Here's Starlin Castro, 3 for 5, a homer, 3 RBIs in the ball game yesterday, and he has been on a tear. 2 down, nobody on. He'll take the breaking ball outside. Castro comes in against the Orioles, hitting an even .400 this year, 5 home runs and 15 RBIs against the Orioles. This is the 14th game these teams have played. The Yankees hold an 8-5 edge on the year, even though the Orioles have won 4 of the 7 that have been played here. Jim Hoy, the home plate umpire, grants a timeout here to Castro.
Yeah, that home run, because of 2 stints on the DL, was the last home run he had hit in 110 at bats. That was against the Orioles back in June.
Pitch will be a strike on the inside corner, 90 miles an hour from Hellickson.
He's hit about every pitch the Orioles could throw early on before the hamstring problems. It had to go on and off the DL twice and missed those 88 games. He took a 96-mile-per-hour fastball on the 28th of April off of Brad Brack, right down the line, about 430. Singles to right. I mean, you name it.
1-1 delivery on the way to him, and that's going to come inside a little bit. So Castro really welcome back off the DL. They needed that bat and that glove in the lineup. He came off the DL August 25. Since then, he's hitting .378. with 4 doubles, 6 runs, a home run, and 9 runs batted in. 2-1 delivery on the way to him. Castro pulling away, reaches and fouls it off. 2-ball, 2-strike count.
And Brian Cashman, I mean, what a coup going out and get a guy that was maybe excess baggage in Chicago because of Addison Russell, the trade with Oakland. So they get him for Adam Warren, who they eventually trade back. He's in their bullpen now, and Brendan Ryan, who was a very good defensive shortstop. And I think Brian Cashman got him because he was a shortstop that he knew could play second base.
2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way, and a wave on that one gets him. He'll be tagged out. So a good inning. Hellickson starts it out with a 1-2-3. We'll take a look at the Orioles lineup coming up. The late start here after the rain delay, and here's the lineup they'll see from the Orioles. Brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Beckham, Machado, Scope, Jones, Mancini, and Trumbo, Davis, Castillo, and Rickert. Jonathan Scope in this homestand, red hot.
Yeah, 37-year-old CC Sabathia, 11-game winner this year. So again, when you look at the slider, he uses it. Change up its slider, very important. Still throws around 91, 92. Can get up there. He's become a finesse pitcher. Ground balls have become more prevalent. And the other thing is home runs this year are down. But again, against the Orioles, has not won any of his last 6 starts here at Camden Yards. More comfortable pitching in Yankee Stadium.
So Sabathia goes to work against Tim Beckham, who led the Orioles half of the first inning off with his 19th home run in the ball game yesterday. 1 for 3, a homer. Fouls that one straight back, got one up.
Well, here's 3-1 off of Jordan Montgomery, and he takes that fastball. And the Orioles, you thought, were off to the races. They'd had a couple more runs on the Chris Davis home run, but 3-0 would not hold up.
19th home run and his 3rd leadoff homer, and all of them have come with the Orioles, against Seattle a couple of times and against the Yankees. And the fastball by Sabathia is taking up high. Think anybody will bunt?
Well, he was kind of annoyed that the Red Sox would think about doing that. Eduardo Nunez did it, and 2 series, but he's 4-0 too against the Red Sox this year, so couldn't have bothered him too much.
No. 1-ball, 2-strike count.
No, he says, I'm an old guy. I got cranky knees. He'd been on the disabled list with a hamstring and a knee problem this year. He said they should try to waffle me. I mean, beat me up. Don't be bunting on me. Now, I think the Orioles would love to do that. I mean, waffle and beat him up. Yeah. That would make their night.
Yes. Beckham's got a 1-2 count on him. Left-hander's delivery, and that's going to come way inside.
Yeah, he's become a control artist in the sense that, again, you go back one game, actually 2 games, over 3 walks. The last, 5 games, 1 walk. Even though against the Red Sox he pitched around a few guys, 5 on that game.
2-2 foul back. Well, CC wasn't laughing when he said it.
No, but he just beat him, and he had done it 2 in a row. So I think they can just I think I'm a bigger guy who can't feel my position, so we're going to try to bunt instead of swinging the bat. I mean, They have a really good lineup. I want them to go out and compete against me. It's in my contract. They cannot bunt. No, I just feel like sometimes they don't want to. It's just kind of weak to me. Which he has every right to say, but it's not reality.
No, it's baseball, and if you can bunt and get on, then you bunt and get on at certain times.
Yeah, the Orioles don't have a lot of guys that bunt. We saw Manny try to do it. Jonesy bunts. I said Trey Mancini, I said, you know that Sabathia doesn't want you to bunt on me. He goes, if I bunt tonight, it will be the first time I've ever bunted professionally.
Always the first time.
Well, you never know.
Sabathia's got a 2-2, and the delivery on the way to him will be fouled off.
Yeah, see there, that's a little slider. It's more like a curveball. He'll change speeds. So in and out, does it with a two-seamer, change up away, cutter, slider. Mark Trumbo was saying, he said he looked at some film. He said, I call it a slider because it has real good break, and when you're 6'6", and you get on top of it to a righty, it starts in the middle of the plate and goes right to the back leg.
2-2 pitch to him. Beckham up the middle into the shift. Diving. Castro. Strong arm. And the first really good defensive play of the ball game comes from Starlin Castro.
Yeah, there were a lot of balls hit hard in play that both the Yankees and the Orioles caught yesterday. Here's another one tonight. Again, the shifts. You know, it's not that he can't hit it to right field. BB, if you're CC, you probably figured I just gave up a base hit, and then from his knees. So a terrific play. Former shortstop Ron Cashman gets him. Pretty much nothing against Adam Warren, but for a relief pitcher, you get an everyday player.
Yes. So Beckham denied a base hit. And here's Manny Machado. Manny had a 1 for 2 in the ball game with a couple of walks. Infield will move around on him. Castro will stay on the second base side of the bag, but way over. Manny, a .354 hitter off CC Sabathia. And he's had a couple of home runs off it.
Oh, this is the April 28th game. The Orioles would lose 14-11, but they would have a 9-1, 11-4 lead. That's one of the reasons. I think it was something like 454 feet. So we had a pretty good idea that the ball hadn't been deadened for this season.
That ball is a broken bat bloop. Castro will have plenty of time to get back there and put it away.
Take a look at the Yankee defense, and as you said yesterday, kind of in the middle of the pack. Gardner, Ellsbury, Judge. Judge, I think it was a home run guy, but he can play right field. Frazier comes over from the White Sox for Glorious. Back-to-back years, 20 home runs. Castro, Bird, back seemingly healthy. And then because of the Gary Sanchez suspension, Austin Romine doing the catching.
Gary Sanchez out for 3. The melee in Detroit started his suspension yesterday, so he will miss all 3 of these games. Romine also has a suspension, but they did not rule on it. The feeling being Major League Baseball did not want to take from the Yankees their number 1 and 2 catchers at the same time. So the decision on Romine will wait a later date.
But you could take your best hold guy, Alex Wilson, off the Tigers, and Miggy Cabrera.
They're not battling for a postseason. Is that an?
I don't know.
I'm just saying.
You know, I thought if you transgress the rules, you get suspended.
Yep. 0-1 delivery on the way, and that will be taken outside for a ball. Jonathan continues his tremendous season. 6th in average, 2nd in RBIs to Cruz, 7th in runs, and 4th in hits in the American League. 1-1 delivery outside to Jonathan.
There you go for the Orioles. 63. Manny trying to in hot pursuit. Jonesy, Mancini, rookie, Trumbo, and then Chris Davis.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Hole between first and second, and he will take the pitch for the high strike call.
Yeah, it looks like it may be, and we already saw Castro turn around it in the first inning. It might be a little larger strike zone. Will Little was very good yesterday. You know, you had to throw it over. Yep. You don't always want to do that when you're pitching, but he had to.
2-2 delivery from Sabathia will be inside, and move him away.
Yeah, just in case you're trying to hit that outside pitch.
Just a reminder.
Yep.
I don't mind coming in. He's hit 4 batters this year.
But that's part of his game. He's going to run you off the plate, turn it over with your two-seam or change up, try to change speeds, change your eye level.
Scope is 5 for 25 off Sabathia. 3-2 delivery on the way, and Jonathan will foul that one away. Against the Orioles on the season, 2 early starts. Second start of the year, in fact, is a non-decision for Sabathia. 3 runs, 6 hits over 6 innings. And then again early on, April 28th, He gave up 7 runs on 9 hits in 5 2/3 innings. One Jim was talking about where the Yankees had won it 14-11. 3-ball 2-strike pitch to him, and he walked him.
Well, the kind of lineup the Orioles have, home run guys, small ballpark, sometimes don't want to walk people because it brings Jones to the plate, who's having a hot spell. And then, of course, one fly ball and you're down 2-0. But, you know, Scope's one of the best hitters in the major league, especially the American League this year. So you got to be careful.
Ball was flying out of here yesterday in the warm day game. It'll be interesting to see tonight if on this humid night with the mist in the air, whether or not the ball will carry as well as it did last night. Adam Jones. Adam, a 303 lifetime off Sabathia with 5 home runs, and he'll power that one back over the screen.
Yeah, late breaker. Yeah, all 15 home runs that CC's thrown are against right-handers. And to give you an idea, I mean, he's looking for his 235th victory, 146 defeats. Low ERA, lifetime at 370.
19-10 lifetime against the Orioles. This is his 41st start against the Orioles. He's had 2 complete games over the years and a 3.47 lifetime ERA. But as Jim said, of late, wins have come hard. This ball's going to stay fair. Base hit right off the bag. Frazier had to let it roll. He knew he had no play. Hoped it would go foul. It didn't, and Adams on.
Yeah, good fortune for AJ right here. Good pitch, bad result for CC. Yeah, Frazier's hoping he's going to go foul. It does it, corner of the bag. As long as you keep it in front of you, if you drop it, you know, Scope's going to stop at second, so loads him, at least gets a couple of guys on for Mancini, who will not be bunting.
Nope. This is where the Orioles have surprisingly had a lot of problems of late. They've had only 2 hits in 37 at bats with runners in scoring position. They ended up with an 0 for 5 in the opener against the Yankees yesterday. They are still number 1 in the league, hitting .294 as a team. Trey Mancini, of course, has been one of their leaders all year. He has dropped out of the top 10 that he'd been in virtually all year for average with runners in scoring position. Scope is off second base. Jones off first. That one's going to get away. Hustling over to make sure it didn't go into the dugout for an extra base was Romine, and now there are 2 in scoring position.
Well, it'll be a wild pitch, but again, Gary Sanchez under a lot of criticism because he didn't block balls like this. And again, you know, you off the heel of the glove, tries to center. We saw him do a nice job yesterday, but you get a couple of guys in scoring position because he couldn't keep it in front of him.
That's the 5th wild pitch of the season for the left-hander Sabathia. 2-0 count. Mancini a breaking ball. That'll be in there for a strike. Trey still has a great average in these situations, .333 with runners in scoring position this year. Been outstanding. Orioles continue not to have as many opportunities as the rest of the league. Second lowest number of at-bats with runners in scoring position in the American League. Yankees are 4th highest. Tried to rip one. It'll be fouled right straight back 2-2.
Yeah, he really kind of, you know, he starts on the plate and Scott Coolbaugh, the Oriole hitting instructor, said he kind of dives a little bit. But again, his head's so still, you know, looking for the back wall. And that's what he did on that changeup, trying to hit it. And he hits it about as well as anybody on this club to the opposite field, trying to drive it into right center.
He's thrown only 1 strike, but has a 2-2 count. Runners off second and third. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be inside.
Well, there's that. That's where he usually tops out nowadays. He just came up into the league, throwing about 98, 99 on occasion, trying to get that 91-mile-per-hour fastball in on the inside corner.
So Sabathia 3-2. Orioles turned him out a 2-out rally here. 2 on. 3-2 pitch on the way. Fooled him. He lets it go to short. And not going to get anybody. That'll be an RBI, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead as Jonathan Scope will score, and over to third base Jones on the Mancini roller.
Well, they didn't bunt, but I'll tell you what, if you don't have a bad knee, you're not wearing a brace, you're not 37, you probably catch this ball. And because most lefties fall over towards the third base side. So right here again, he just doesn't go. I mean, that ball's what, 3 feet away from him. He says, I'll let Gregorius catch it, and he couldn't do it. So again, a couple of infield base hits, good pitches, bad results for the Yankees, and Sabathia good results for the Orioles.
And that will be a base hit and an RBI for Mancini. Trey continues to pile them up. 73 runs batted in, first and third, 2 down. Trumbo went one that was high and hits it high. Ellsbury in center gets underneath it and will put it away, but the Orioles get on the board. They get a run on a couple of hits, no errors, 2 left on, 1-0 O's. Of a different color, the Dodgers, who couldn't lose, have now lost 9 out of 10. The only other teams in Major League history, after already having won 90, that would go into that kind of a tailspin. The Phillies did it twice in '64 and 2011. The Indians, 12 consecutive wins, first team in more than 50 to register win streaks of at least a dozen games in each of 2 consecutive years, and a red-hot Albert Pujols. 12 RBIs last 5 games, 12 for 22. First time in his career he has had that good a 5-game span.
Really?
Yep.
We're talking about the same Albert Pujols?
Same Albert Pujols. Best 5-game streak at the plate he's had.
Well, I saw him hit back-to-back home runs the other night. Yeah, so. And he's what, 37-ish? Yeah, kind of like CC Sabathia.
All compliments of the Elias Sports Bureau. Here is Didi Gregorius. Gregorius, a 1 for 4, a couple of RBIs, picked up a home run in the ball game yesterday. Big blow came in the 4th inning to get the Yankees on the board. 1-0 delivery by Hellickson, and that is going to be taken inside. Jeremy Hellickson, 4-2 against the Yankees here in this ballpark for whomever he's pitched. He has a 4-3 record with a 5.7 ERA at Camden Yards. Pitch is going to be inside again. This is the 11th start that he's had here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. 3-0 count on Gregorius, Holiday, and then Bird.
Well, he turned the game around yesterday, at least early on, down 3-0. Hanging slider, 2-run home run, got him right back in the game.
Taking. It'll be there for a strike.
Well, how about his road average since what, July 18th? 382 with a bunch of home runs and a bunch of RBIs, 6 home runs. You would think, well, of course, he's a good hitter. You'd think he'd love to hit not only on the road, but especially Yankee Stadium. Very friendly.
3-1 delivery from Hellickson to him, and that's going to be down low. So the ever dangerous leadoff walk is surrendered. Well, the push for the postseason is on. You have a chance to earn 17 postseason ticket priority by placing a deposit on a 2018 season plan. If you're not already a season plan member, go to Orioles.com/postseason. Deposits must be made by Monday, September 25 to guarantee postseason ticket access. Go to Orioles.com/postseason postseason now for details.
Yeah, to kind of paraphrase Jeremy Hellickson, when he walked 4 in his last game, he said, "I cannot do that and be successful," and he wasn't.
Here's Holiday out of the lineup. Got a rest yesterday. Back in the DH. They have missed much of the season with injuries that put him in and out of the lineup. They need his bat. Missed 25 games last time around with a lumbar problem on the DL. He has been tearing it up though since he got back. The bat at the plate that's ever dangerous for the long ball.
Well, what, 3-run home run on Friday night, solo on Saturday.
1-0 delivery on the way, and that'll be moved inside to him. So Hellickson, strike zone wandering on him here at the start of the second inning.
Well, he can't throw it by you anymore. You know, when he came up, probably 92, 93, occasionally 94. You know, stuff a little firmer. Again, only 30, but you know, a lot of innings in the minor leagues, over 500 innings. Coming up from Tampa Bay, they certainly gave him an opportunity to pitch a lot coming up.
That pitch is going to miss as well. So another 3-0 count with Gregorius on at first base with a walk. Hellickson on the year has now walked 39 in 146 innings. Gives up exactly a hit per inning pitched on the year, 146 and 146. And almost exactly the same with the Orioles. Came in having worked 34 1/3 innings for the O's, giving up 35 hits. 3-0 count. If Holiday will take here, or if the power bat will be allowed to swing and see if he can get one to drive. He is 1 for 6 lifetime off Hellickson. 3-0 delivery, and he's taking all the way. 2 walks.
Yeah, trying to nibble and not doing a good job of it. And you know he doesn't want to be doing this, but and he'll tell you that. Oh, hot, humid night. And the Yankees get what they are looking for, to get Bird up.
So up for the chat, Castillo. Bird took an offer in the ball game last night, getting the start at first base. He too much of the year on the DL. Ended up with an 0 for 5. He has not had a hit against the Orioles this year. He's gone 0 for 14 against Oriole pitching.
Yeah, they saw him early in April when he had the bone bruise on the foot, and after a great spring, as we mentioned yesterday, 451 with 8 home runs, led the Yankees.
Machado in at third. Bird will take the pitch, and they're going to make him throw a strike, which hasn't happened here.
Well, he's not even close, Gary. Yeah, Bird came up the 3rd time, and after the Castro home run, and hit a rocket, but Chris Davis turned it into a double play. Line drive to first.
Runners off first and second base. Bird takes another one, and that is their first strike. They were going to wait till he threw one in there. Bird in limited chances. Runners in scoring position has gone 8 for 26. That's a .308 average, and he's had 3 home runs. 3 of the 8 hits in these situations have been long balls. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Gregorius, Holiday, the base runners, and a towering fly ball right center. Adam Jones. He's got it, and Bird is retired for the first out of the inning.
So again, we talked about not a lot of appearances against the Yankees. CC, this is the 3rd time they've faced each other, and Jeremy getting the upper hand. Yeah, the last time he's pitched against, so I think you mentioned, it was 2014, so a long time ago.
Yep. Here's Todd Frazier. Frazier, the 1 for 3 in the ball game, scored a run, had a couple of walks. All the Yankees got involved in the walk department since there were 10 total surrendered. 1 away. Hellickson trying to work his way out of the inning. Good pitch at the knees for a strike. So he gets Frazier started out the way he'd like to start them all out, and that's with a strike.
Yeah, he'd love to get a double play ball. Frazier runs, for a home run guy, runs pretty well.
Ellsbury waiting on deck. Yankees come in with a 3-game win streak. Orioles 5-3 on the homestand. 0-1 pitch on the way. Foul back That'll be out of play in the seats and a 2-strike count.
Yeah, it appeared to me from watching Todd Frazier, watch some of the Red Sox games, and go back and watch the highlights yesterday. Definitely trying to hit the ball back up the middle. Alan Cockrell, he talks about what the linear approach to hitting, which is, I think, most hitting instructors. You know, if you're a big, strong guy, you hit 40 home runs last year, you can hit the ball out, especially nowadays, to center. And yesterday, the power was to right center.
0-2 count. Hellickson would love to get a K here or the ground ball. Runners edging off first and second, and the pitch will be up high. 1-2. Jeremy Hellickson in his career, 69 wins, 66 losses, 30 years old, part of what will be the 5-man rotation the rest of the way for the Orioles. At least that is the plan right now. One and two. Scope holding the runner at second base, and inside to him, just missed the pant leg on that one, and the count will go to 2-2. The Orioles have had good starts. Bundy since August 1, the ERA of 2. Wade Miley 2.6 and Kevin Gausman 3.8. The other side of it, Hellickson with the Orioles 6.55 and Chris Tillman over 9 in 4 starts since August 1. 2-2 delivery on the way, and fisted foul. He didn't want to swing and then said, I better do this.
Yeah, I think he thought he was going to get called out on strikes. That ball right on the corner inside. Nice pitch. Emergency hack. Almost hit it behind him.
Runners will go back. Gregorius and Holiday, and Frazier will stay with a 2-ball 2-strike count.
Yeah, the 30 home runs, righties with 17 of them, lefties with 13.
Two delivery on the way again. That's going to be a pop-up second base. Infield fly rule. Scope's got it.
Yeah,
2 down.
Yeah, another great pitch. Yeah,
So that'll leave it up to Ellsbury.
Yeah, he's come in averaging a little under 16 pitches per inning, so that's up a couple of pitches. Didn't want to walk anybody, but he gets the next ensuing hitters. So if he can somehow get Jacoby Ellsbury, who's been very, very hot, now hitting what, 12 out of 13, get out of the inning.
Ellsbury, 3-game hit streak. He continued it with a 1-for-2 in the ball game yesterday. A lifetime .303 hitter against the Orioles with a dozen home runs in his long career. He's 7 for 26 off Hellickson. 2 on, 2 down. Ellsbury on the big uppercut on the off-speed pitch.
And loves to hit her, as you mentioned yesterday. You can see 301. Well, the one big home run year when he was with the Red Sox, and never been able to replicate that. That was 32 home runs back in 2011. He came to the Yankees. This is his 4th year of a 7-year contract.
0-1 delivery on the way to him. Ellsbury will chop that one foul. So Hellickson correcting after walking the first 2. Gregorius and Holiday not able to find a strike, and then fell behind on Bird. Now getting back into the strike zone. Got Bird, got Frazier on the pop out, and has got the count where he wants it, 0-2 on Ellsbury. Yankees 8th in the league, runners in scoring position, 256 as a team. And a breaking ball ended up being down low.
Yeah, if I'm pitching and I see this pitch, I'm going, he doesn't even freeze. I mean, he sees it all the way and follows it. Well, again, maybe that's why he is alert. 11 for 36. Sees him well. But what a great count. But we saw yesterday, even when Dylan Bundy early on, they would work the count back to where it would be 2-2, 3-2, where you had to throw a strike.
Hellickson trying to get out of the inning, strike away from it, 1-2. Ellsbury will take it. It'll be up high. And the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, tried to cut it in underneath his hands and got under it.
Two and two. Gregorius Holiday first and second. Ellsbury will take it inside, and indeed it does go 3-2.
There's another one.
So 3-2, 2 down. Gregorius from second, Holiday from first. They will be in motion. And Ellsbury puts it up in the air to second base. Jonathan Scope. He's got it. A great comeback in the inning by Hellickson. A couple of walks. Start the inning. They stay on base. Roster change today, bringing up 22-year-old Austin Hayes, who has just pounded his way through a short time in the minors.
Yeah, last year Aberdeen, short league club, and again, I mean, hit .411 against lefties, and those 32 home runs, second most in the minor leagues. Apparently, I got the scoop. Pull hitter, runs every ball out, full tilt. Not a great base runner, only 4 out of 11 as far as stealing bases, but again, it's got some pop.
5'2" player, Dan Duquette telling us, likes everything about him. They weren't willing to leave him down. They want him up here now. Think he can help. Think he can be a regular. 3rd round pick, 2016, out of Jackson University, Jacksonville, Florida. Swing and a miss. Sabathia on the off-speed delivery. Chris Davis 2 for 14 with a home run lifetime off Sabathia. Orioles on top 1-0. RBI by Trey Mancini providing it. Left-handers 1-1 delivery and a breaking ball that just looked like the Mississippi River winding a course, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, most of the really, I mean, the lefties that wear out left-handed pitchers say the one you want to hit is the one that starts at you, and neither of those did. That's why he waved at the first one. Now you just try to put it in play somewhere. And again, no home runs this year by lefties against CC Sabathia.
15 all by the right-handers against Sabathia. Inside with it, 2 ball 2 strike count.
Of course, Chris did hit one off of Jordan Montgomery yesterday, left center, 2-run shot, put the Orioles up 3-0.
Davis 244 against the left-handers this year, and that one's going to be up. Bends him back a little bit. 3-2. Chris against the Yankees.
Oh, there you go.
Balls.
Yeah. There's Montgomery. What 4 2/3 innings yesterday, kept him in the game. Didn't get the win, but the Yankees did.
3-2 delivery, and he got him on the inside corner.
Yeah, this is actually the one that starts at you this time. I mean, it's probably the most hittable of any of them inside middle, but Chris has already gone. He just doesn't pick it up. Pitches it right into the glove.
97 strikeouts in 122 innings for Sabathia this year. Wellington Castillo. Another home run for Castillo yesterday. So he went 1 for 4. Castillo's had a couple of hits, 6 at bats, home run, lifetime off CC Sabathia. Shift on in the infield, and the breaking ball in there for a strike.
Now, I was looking at my notes today. He's hit a bunch of home runs last 11 games, I think 6, but 5 home runs in the last 7 games.
Yep.
Wow.
5 and 7.
Left, right, center, you name it.
0-1 delivery, stayed outside.
Man, and this is really impressive. Batase doesn't, I mean, throwing 99 and he clubs it over. So there you go. 5 home runs last 7 games, 14 in the previous 20, I think 9 games. That's it.
And a breaking ball tapped down to third base this time. Frazier makes the play over the Bird, and there are 2 down. Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, Catherine Montague from Glen Burnie, $500 for being selected, $500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Richard scratch outs win up to $50,000 instantly. Learn more at mdlottery.com/home run. Catherine, good luck. Robin Williams. Good morning, Vietnam. Montague. 2 down. Here is Joey Rickard. Rickard's had 4 hits and 9 at bats off Sabathia in his career. Bunting, or tried to. It'll be taken for a strike.
Well, he's not bunting on CC. He's bunting to get on base. He just happens to be pitching.
Exactly.
You know, they're playing in anyway. Frazier's in at left, you know, at third, and Bird's in because that's what Joey can do.
0-1 delivery on the way.
It all started in spring training when he did it with 2 outs and a man on third. And Ron Johnson, who manages Norfolk Tides, I said, that was something. He goes, guy's a player. Give me a Jimmy Williams.
Here's the 1-1 delivery on the way inside. We didn't mention that in the move today, bringing Austin Hayes up, Aquino has been designated for assignment.
Jason Aquino, left-handed.
Jason Aquino.
Yeah.
The Orioles continue to make moves,
which means that somebody could claim him, but he'll, you know, has to go through waivers to go get off the 40-man roster and still be in the Oriole organization.
2-ball 1-strike delivery on the way. That'll go towards short. Gregorius diving, hurt himself, came up with the ball but never came up, and did not look like that felt very good.
No, he said, I'm all right. I think he's just frustrated he couldn't get to it and get to your feet. I mean, not only do you have to get to it, you have to have some kind of balance. It's go a long way, and he knows who's running. And right there, it almost looks like the left foot tripped the right one. Watch this. So he goes into a slide. And now he's going to get up, and whoops. Yeah, kind of caught the toe of the left foot underneath the right one. And
so it never got turned around. That'll be an infield hit. So Joey Rickard on with 2 down. Orioles mounted a 2-out rally in the first inning with the Scope 2-out walk. He would ultimately score after Jones and Mancini would deliver base hits.
Well, how about having 3 infield hits in the first 9 hitters?
And that'll bring up Tim Beckham. Beckham grounded out on a fine play made by Castro on what could have been another infield hit.
Yeah, that's the only one that was really hit hard. Starlin.
Ground ball again off the pitcher's glove and to second base, and they will get the out there. Castro charge again, force play at second, no runs, 1 hit, no errors.
Yeah, I think he may challenge it.
And may challenge.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's a good idea to actually try to.
Nope, no challenge.
Yeah, I mean, watch this. He's going to try to slow it down with his pitching hand. And even if it doesn't hit you flush, because I've made that mistake before, yeah, he's out.
So they get the out. Orioles will leave 1 on base, and we've completed 2 in our late start here with the Orioles on top 1-0. cold one to look forward to. Miller time later in our ball game tonight, brought to you by Miller Lite. The clouds drifting on by. That big moon, and the Orioles with a 1-0 lead on 3 hits. Yankees have had a couple of walks. Nothing in the hit column yet off Jeremy Hellickson. Romine will lead it off. Then the top of the order, Gardner and Judge will be due up. Austin Romine. Infield, little movement to play him to pull, but not way around. And the pitch will be away for a ball. As we said, Romine suspended for 2 games. Did appeal. His appeal is pending. Eric Kratz is the backup catcher. Added last week. Deal with the Indians. 1-0 pitch. That'll be taken down low. And a 2-0 count. Hellickson having to throw a few pitches here.
Well, strike one has been a little bit difficult.
2-0 delivery on the way. Went after it. Gets a base hit.
Yeah, and then you got to throw a strike, and he's waiting. You know, the thing about Austin Romine, he doesn't get to play a lot. Obviously, with the Sanchez suspension, that's not going to be the case over the next 2 days. Played yesterday, all the way through the minor leagues, Gary. Before he actually was a backup catcher, he actually hit well.
Yep.
And you don't get a lot of at bats. You know, we talked about yesterday the runner in scoring position number. He's done a nice job as a backup.
So Brett Gardner at the top of the order. Manny Machado always in against Gardner, who, if given a chance, will lay a ball down for a base hit bunt. Davis will hold the bag at first on Romine. The Yankees have their first hit of the ball game. Hellickson's delivery on the way. That'll be taken for a strike. Gardner popped out his first time up, looking for his first hit in the 2 games. Now at an 0 for 6. Gardner's had 4 of his career high 20 home runs against the Orioles this year. 8 RBIs against the O's. 0-1 count. Short lead at first base for Romine. Gardner pushes it foul.
Yeah, if you went back and looked at a lot of his home runs, the 20 of them, which is a career high, that's when you usually get behind him and you leave a ball inside middle, and he can get real quick to the ball. He goes into a more defensive, hit it to left field, center field when you get into these counts. But still a tough out.
Divided the home runs evenly, road and home. 0-2. Hellickson's pitch to him, and that's going to be inside. We'll show you later, but with a Tampa Bay win over Minnesota tonight, already have movement in that wild card chase. Minnesota holding down the number 2 wild card. They're now tied with the Angels for the 2nd wild card spot, and the Orioles are a game behind them. There you are, right there. So it gets ever tighter, and all of a sudden Texas is back in this thing.
Which is where
so is Kansas City.
Yeah, which is where the Yankees go after this.
1-2 delivery on the way. Tried to punch it into left field. Couldn't get around far enough. And a 1-2 count on Gardner. The Angels will be playing on the West Coast tonight. They are at Oakland for their ball game. The Twins and Angels have the exact same record now, 71-67. 1-2. Judge waiting on deck. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to go to right field. Not deep. Stays up. Good play. Rickard in to record the out on Gardner. 1 down. Back to first. Romine. Push for the postseason continues. The Orioles conclude this series with the Yankees tomorrow. Good seats still available. Start at $15. Be part of the Oriole Magic. Birds fighting for a postseason position. Get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD.
Yeah, Joey Rickard got a tremendous jump on that ball. Very easy with the big swing that Gardner put on it to get fooled. Came in very, very quickly.
Kevin Gausman against Sonny Gray, the scheduled starters for the ball game tomorrow night. 6:30 goes extra. 7 o'clock for the game on Masson. Here is Judge, grounded out his first time up to third. Aaron Judge with a one away, runner on at first. They won't pull the infield all the way around on him, and this at bat with a runner on at first base. Judge, as he's done against just about everybody, has put up huge numbers against the Orioles. 488, 488, 8 home runs and 16 RBIs against the Orioles.
Well, a lot of that, I mean, again, the Orioles have not played the Yankees since early June. Played a lot of their games early, and he was red hot. Would have hit 30 home runs in the first half.
1-0 delivery on the way. Judge will take it. It'll be inside.
Right down the middle, and didn't get the call. But what what amazed me that the Kevin Gausman started the first game in New York, and he's throwing 95, 96, 97, and Judge turned it around like it was batting practice.
Very tough to get a good pitch by him, although he will strike out if he can get ahead on that count on him. 2-0 delivery on the way. He takes it. It's there.
Yeah, not looking for that one.
Judge with 103 walks, leading the American League, most by a rookie since Junior Gilliam of Brooklyn with the Dodgers back in 1953 at 100. Judge has already passed that mark. 5th among rookies all time in walks. 2 ball 1 strike count. Runner at first base, 1 away. Judge will take it away, and the count goes to 3-1.
Yeah, we told you about his batting average. You get to 2 strikes, 189, and if you're not, it's well up over 430. In other words, when you have to throw him a strike, when you get the 2 strikes, which is not the case here, you can nibble, maybe get him to chase out of the zone. In the zone, unbelievably hot.
3-1. Hellickson's delivery to him, and Judge will take it, and he's on. So 3 walks by Hellickson, working around Judge.
A little idle time. I kind of, I'd look at Aaron Judge and I said, well, did I ever face anybody that was like him? Probably Frank Howard. And Frank Howard, when he was playing with the Washington Senators, walked 132 times in a season. Did 48 home runs that year.
Just looking, Joey Votto has even more walks than Judge does. Votto's got 115 walks
he's
to lead the National League.
The walk master.
He may set some marks. So the Yankees again, runners on at first and second with 1 down this time. Castro, strikeout victim, is first time up. Castro will go down to third, and that one will be foul. Yankees left 2 on in the second inning. In that inning, they had the first 2 on via walks, and Hellickson was able to work his way around it. Joe Girardi's ball club, 74 and 63. 2.5 behind the Red Sox for the division lead.
Yeah, but that came down from 5 in about 5 games. So they're not thinking just about being the first wild card team. They're thinking about winning the American League East Division.
0-1. Yankees off first and second. Inside. They cut the deficit from 5.5 to 2.5 games in 3 days. It is the smallest deficit since they were 2 games back on August 3rd. Red Sox in extra innings against Toronto, 2-2. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Hellickson with the delivery. Ooh, got him. Castro hit by a pitch, and that will load the bases.
Yeah, they'll all come out and trying to get in because he's death out over the plate. Runs it in, 2-seamer. You could see him just running, and he got the bottom of the wrist. Looks like the left wrist somewhere.
Hellickson has hit 7, 8 now this season, and Tony Pena, the first base coach down there with Castro,
Well, once you find out, hopefully he's all right, then you're elated because it just loaded the bases up. And as we mentioned, Gregorius hitting over 380 on the road since the middle of July. Now you got to pitch to him, I would assume. Walked him the first time up.
Didi Gregorius has gone 4 for 9 with the bases loaded this year, including 1 grand slam home run. That is the first of his career. So there are your base runners. Romine had a base hit, Judge a walk, Castro hit by a pitch. And with only 1 away, Hellickson in another jam here in the 3rd inning. Gregorius takes the first pitch away for a ball. Drew the walk his first time up, leading off the 2nd inning.
He's a swinger. 21 walks, or actually 22 walks now, and over 440 at bats.
1-0 delivery on the way. That one ripped foul.
Well, that's what happens to 89 in the middle of the plate. So again, they get away with one because that's certainly a hittable pitch.
Gregorius 0 for 2 lifetime off Hellickson. Key moment early in the ball game. Hellickson has pitched with the pressure pitches in innings number 2 and 3. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 down. Yankees have them full, and the 1-1. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. That will score Romine. That will score Judge. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. A 2 RBI single, and the Yankees go on top 2-1, delivered by Gregorius.
Yeah, 9th hitter. Romine starts it all. A walk. You hit Castro, and then you hang a curveball. Right here, you could see him. This is similar to the pitch he hit out yesterday for the 2-run home run. Same result, 2 RBIs, except he didn't get his 21st home run. And you can see Judge runs well. Rickard does everything right, charges it, comes in, makes a nice throw right at the cutoff man. They let it go through, and Judge still scores.
Good pick by Wellington Castillo to create an opportunity at the plate, and also held the runner at second base. So the left-hander Blyer up in the bullpen.
Yeah, in every game that Jeremy Hudry has struggled, there's been a big inning. You know, really good against Kansas City. 2-0 lead out, and Anaheim gave up 3. Actually, even though it was the 7th inning. Then in Oakland, retired the first 9, gave out a 5-run inning against the Blue Jays in his last start, another 5-run inning. So it just seems like it falls apart.
Yep.
I think, and it'd be the first to tell you, I just don't command the ball.
Another walk and a hit batter in this inning. Gregorius now has 66 runs batted in, and 10 of those have been against the Orioles. Here's Holliday, a draw walk his first time up. 1st and 2nd, 1 down. Holliday will take the pitch inside for a ball. Holliday, their DH, obviously with the big time power, looking to get into the postseason. Season that's been tough for him, trying to stay in the lineup with injuries. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that's going to miss, and the count will go to 2-0.
Yeah, if he doesn't get that borderline low pitch, it'll make it easy.
Hellickson, a 2-0 count. The DH with Castro and Gregorius on. 2-0 delivery. The leash is getting real short.
Oh, just think if you're that's Roger McDowell, but think if you're Buck Showalter and you're making the decision. I know Earl Weaver, the most annoying thing ever was walks, because everybody is frustrated. You're frustrated if you're pitching, your manager, your outfielders, your infielders, fans.
4 straight, 4 walks. And that's it for Hellickson. So for Jeremy Hellickson, in his 7th start as an Oriole, he doesn't go very far. And once again, this bullpen is going to be called on, as it has been so many times this year, to try and weave its way through a ball game. Pitching change brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. Left-hander coming on.
Tough night again. Talked about the walks, the lack of command. Same case tonight. And again, he's going to leave. Richard Blyer, former Yankee, is going to come on. And again, if you look at Richard, pitched last against Toronto, inning a third, hit and a run. Actually, it was an infield hit off the glove of Manny Machado, like Michael Saunders, and they would score a run. The Orioles would tie it and eventually win it. He's done a great job. And when you look at one of the most important numbers, 32 inherited runners, bases loaded now, and only 4 have scored. So that's kind of one of the ways you judge somebody. Strike thrower, not overpowering, and needs to try to get Greg Bird out here.
So lefty on lefty as Bird will stand in. Bases loaded, still just 1 away. Bird's had only 13 at bats against left-handers. He's 3 for 13 with a home run off southpaws. Shortest outing of the year for Jeremy Hellickson, Orioles or otherwise. He's 3 starts with the Orioles. He's gone games of 4 2/3, 4 2/3, and now 2 1/3. 3 of the 7 rather that he started. 1 ball, 1 strike count. So for Buck Showalter, got to manage his way through with the bullpen. He said today he had 4 guys in the pen last night he didn't want to use. That means they are available tonight. Chop foul, bounces up and hits Bird, and the 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Well, now you get into account that maybe, just maybe, you could strike him out. Trying to get a ground ball either way, but once you get to this count, you think more. And again, not a lot of strikeouts. He's not a strikeout guy. Todd Frazier waiting on deck. 21 and 53 1/3 innings.
Castro, Gregorius, Holiday, the base runners. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. Will Little down at third, pulled the bat back on a good breaking ball away.
Well, this is what Will's looking at. Yeah, you could call that either way.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it go either way. And again, umpire, he didn't think it traveled far enough. Some
2 and 2.
umpires probably would have thought otherwise.
Yep. Sacks full, delivery on the way, and again, that one in far enough so he couldn't straighten it out. Pulls it foul, and the count. Well, 2-2 on Bird.
The plan after missing the whole year with a right labrum tear was that he would play against righties and lefties. Great spring, and then all kinds of ankle problems, bone bruise in the knee on a foul ball.
46 games year before last he played with the Yankees. Towering fly ball to center. Adam Jones, runner tagging at third is Castro.
Oh,
he drops the ball, and everybody is safe. It'll be an error on Adam Jones, and you know he was thinking about trying to get a play at the plate on Castro and tried to get the ball to his throwing hand before he caught it.
Well, the picture will tell the whole story, and again, you could see him. He doesn't usually catch the ball with two hands. The reason you do it is because it's closer to your throwing arm. So he's trying to make the transfer, doesn't get the ball in the glove, and it'll be dropped for an error.
Oh, a big error.
Yeah, the intent was there. They were going to score the third run anyway.
So the Yankees lead at 3-1. Error charged on Adam. Most importantly, still only one away. And here is Todd Frazier. And the pitch taken for a strike on the outside corner. So the Yankees going station to station here in the third inning. Single, walk, hit batter, single, walk, error. And 3 runs in. Blyer with the 0-1 delivery on the way. Got him to chase a pitch way outside. Frazier now behind 0-2.
Yeah, nice little two-seam fastball. You know, again trying to get a ground ball right on the corner. And then one of his strengths, of course, we know Todd Frazier 40 home runs last year, 22 this year. You know, if you're going to strike somebody out, try to get him chased on a slider down and in.
Frazier will go after that, a pitch that came back in on him.
Yeah, I was talking to Dave Winfield up at the Hall of Fame one year, and he was saying that with the young outfielders, they don't catch the ball with two hands. And Adam usually doesn't do that. But when you're trying to throw, if you do it, the glove is right by your hand. So he didn't really drop the ball. He kind of dropped it in the trying to get it to his hand. And
0-2 delivery on the way. Chopper. This is going to be a tough play. Beckham's got it. Makes the running throw and got him. Yankees are going to look at that one. Another run will score in any event. Gregorius crosses, and the Yankees have a 4-1 lead. Now the question is whether or not he was out at first base, and will they challenge it? No, they won't.
Yeah, again, you know, the Orioles certainly, they got their run on infield grounders. And right there, he is out. Gets an RBI, though.
Good play by Tim Beckham. That ball did not have a lot of juice on it, but he gets it over there, gets the out. Frazier will pick up the RBI, 2 down, but there are still 2 in scoring position. Runners at second and third. Holiday at third. Bird on at second. 9th batter up in the inning is Jacoby Ellsbury. Pitch to him. Ellsbury holds up on a pitch. No. Will Little saying he went around on the check swing.
Well, this is where you get into those you know, critical points of a game, even though it's the third inning, playing the U.S. Open up in New York, and that's sometimes, this is a big point here. That's sometimes determine who's going to win matches.
Yankees second and third, 2 outs. Ellsbury, he's going to get a huge base hit. Holiday will score. Bird will score. 2 outs, and the single makes it a 6-1 game.
Well, 6-run inning. And again, trying to get it to the corner. It's up. Ellsbury, as we said, hitting now in 12 out of 13 games, red hot. Delivers the death blow. Game not over, but boy, it's nice to have a 5-run lead if you're CC Sabathia.
So Yankees pouring it on here in the third, have batted around. Inning started by Romine, who's at the plate now. Romine had a base hit and would score one of the 6 runs here in the inning. 3 singles are the hits in the inning. 2 walks, a hit batter, an error to go along with it. Breaking ball by Blyer will be on the inside corner against Romine. Kevin Romine hitting only 140 against lefties. He's 7 for 50. Cabonis in the bullpen. It's fouled off. Didn't get around on it, into the seats. And an 0-2 count.
Yeah, the Yankees doing what good hitting teams do, whether it's the Orioles or the Yankees or the Houston Astros. Yankees second in the American League in runs is hit the starter out of there. In this case, of course, Blyer has been one of the best Oriole pitchers. But when you get Yacobonis, who won a couple of extra inning games, but out of the minor leagues, getting to the inexperience factor.
That's going to go all the way to the backstop. Didn't hit him. But the runner will move up to second base. Wild pitch.
Yeah, I mean, right almost at both feet. Trying to get the front foot down and then dodgeball. Toe tap backwards.
Two down. And a 1-ball 2-strike count on Romine. Blyer with a delivery. Jeremy Hellickson goes 2 1/3. 5 runs, 3 earned, 2 hits, but 4 walks and 1 strikeout. And here in the inning, 2 of the walks he surrendered in this inning scored, along with the hit batter. Runner going to third. Orioles weren't even looking. Adam Jones will come over and will put that one away. Romine is retired, but not before the Yankees have a big 6-run inning and a 6-1 lead. Ball is against your own division. So here are the numbers for the ball clubs in the East against the East.
Yeah, Orioles doing well. You know, again, I mean, home field advantage huge for the Orioles. Taking advantage of it on the road. The number's not as good, but collectively, but again, the highest earned run average.
I was looking at the run differentials, not today, but yesterday, all over the place. The Orioles are minus, the Yankees are way up.
You don't want to look at it when you
don't
compare
want
those two teams. No. I mean, I did that yesterday. On yesterday's scorecard was not good. It was something like the Orioles were run differential minus 23. That's, in other words, the runs between the runs you scored and you gave up. And the Yankees were plus 137.
Just all over the place.
Well, what is it? The Pythagorean.
Pythagorean theory.
Pythagorean. Yeah. Okay. Well, the Yankees actually yesterday coming in at 10 games over at 73 and 63 were supposed to be 81 and 55 if you look at that run differential, difference, but they're not.
They're not. No. 1-run ball games have hurt them a little bit. 15 and 23. They're 2 games below 500 on the road. 1-1 delivery on the way. CC Sabathia set for a long time. That ball deep to center field, way back, and goodbye home run. So the Orioles get one of them back in a hurry as Manny Machado leads off the 3rd inning against Sabathia with a homer.
Yeah, the good news, you got 6 runs. Bad news, you got to go back out there and pitch. And you've been sitting for about a half. It seemed like that inning was more than a half an hour. So now you're only 4 back.
There's plenty of time to go in a game.
Well, what you got to do is you got to do exactly what, and I'm not sure Sabathia is going to be as beneficent with the walks, but you need to knock them out and get it to their bullpen. They got a pretty good bullpen, but get to them as soon as you can.
31st home run for Manny Machado, and
club lead.
89 RBIs. Foul back by Scope.
Yeah, again, and you can't pitch Manny in the middle of the plate. If you do, we showed you the first home run that went 454 feet in Yankee Stadium. This one didn't go as far, probably 425 or something like that. It's a run.
Sabathia's delivery will be fouled back by Scope. Scope drew a walk, scored in the first inning, and our Maryland Lottery contestant Catherine Montague, worth $500 on the homer. 16 hit against Sabathia, all by right-handers. And for Manny, that's the third home run he's had against CC Sabathia in his career. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Scope. Adam Jones waiting on deck. Sabathia's delivery to him, that's going to go to short. Gregorius there, and the first out of the third inning. Annual fan favorite is back. 2018 Orioles Pet Calendar presented by Pet ER. On sale at Orioles.com/pet calendar. Available at the ballpark and at the official team store in York. Proceeds benefit Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Always sell out, so make sure you get yours early. Here is Adam Jones. Jones a base hit, stranded in the first inning. Orioles have been chasing Texas for the league lead in home runs as a team. Actually went ahead a couple of days ago. Orioles coming into today's play, 212 home runs, now 213, and they are ranked second. The Yankees have 198 long balls. They are ranked fourth. Sabathia with a 1-0. Pitch will be taken. .37-year-old lefty after win number 12 in the year. The Orioles just trying to get him out of there. 2-0 delivery on the way. A chopper cut off at third base. Frazier. 2 away. When the Orioles score, you score. At McDonald's, the more the O's score, the more chicken McNuggets you score. Download McDonald's app today. Two away, bases empty. Here's Trey Mancini. Trey with a 4-game hit streak coming in, extended it to 5 in his first at bat as he picked up a base hit. Mancini with the bases empty here will foul that one off. For Trey, during the 5-game streak, he's had 6 hits, 19 at bats. He's had as many as 9 for a hit streak here in his rookie season. Among the top 3 in the offensive categories among rookies in the American League. It's taken down low, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. That hit he had against CC Sabathia was his first in 7 at bats against the Yankee left-hander. 1-1, 1-2.
Little change up. And that's what he's going to do all night. Gets one in the middle of the plate at 91, probably hittable. Doesn't do it very often. In, out, off, add a little bit, subtract a little bit. Meanwhile, your team's giving you a 6-2 lead.
1-2 delivery will be foul back. Well, the Orioles starting pitching, it has been obviously a concern all year, and with Hellickson tonight, 3 earned, 5 total in 2 1/3. The Orioles came in the 6 previous games. Their starting pitcher's ERA was 7.57, and that's going to go up. 1-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way. Mancini had to wait on it. Gregorius. And the long stretch by Bird. The Orioles get a run on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on. Manny Machado delivering the long ball to lead the inning off. Number 31, 6-2 Yankees. Fourth inning of Orioles baseball is brought to you by the all-wheel drive RAV4. Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. 2-hour 14-minute rain delay before we got this ball game started. Game 2 of the 3-game set. Yankees 6-3-0. The Orioles getting their second run on the long ball home run to make it a 6-2 game. Through 3, Blyer on. Came on to get the 2 outs to get out of the 3rd inning, but not before. It was an error committed and a 2 RBI single by Ellsbury. So Blyer will work. And Gardner, top of the order. A little duck under that one. He's 0 for 2.
Yeah, the 3+ run inning was what they lead 97th time the Yankees have done that this year. The Astros behind them in 92.
1-0 count. Blyer's worked as many as 4 innings this year. That'll go to first base. Chris Davis will go to the bag himself, and Gardner is retired. 1 down in the 4th. Well, caption this. Check out @MASN Orioles on Instagram and provide your best caption for this photo. One lucky commentator will win a signed bat from Adam Jones from the Green Turtle. Follow @MASN Orioles on Instagram for more. Watch every O's game with us, the Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Hang local. But Showalter does not want to overuse this bullpen that has been overused. So individually, you're not going to go a long way in this one.
Third time he's been here. Great year down at AAA Norfolk. Won a couple of games really in the last 5 games or so. A couple extra inning games. 12 to 13 inning games. The Orioles winning over the Blue Jays. So fastball slider pitcher. Again, big arm. Done a nice job. Norfolk, he was in 61 1/3 innings this year. And again, only 48 strikeouts, 28 walks. Did not give up a home run.
Yacabonis comes on with the bases empty and gets to face Aaron Judge, who drew a walk, scored in the 3rd, and he has grounded out.
And the scouting reports will say, you hit off his fastball till he can prove he can get his breaking ball over. He's got a good fastball, good movement, good velocity.
1-0 pitch on the way to Judge.
That went in, run in on his fist.
Sounded like it broke the bat, but I guess not. 1-1. Judge and then Castro due up here in the 4th. Blyer worked the inning. 1 run not earned, 1 hit. One ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. That'll be taken. Take a look at what we were talking about, our Coons.com league leaderboard. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Yep, and it catches up with you.
Showalter has managed it well to keep the individuals from being 1 through 5 in innings pitched out of the bullpen, but that may come to pass here in the final month if it continues. The bullpen continues to be used the way it is right now.
Well, they will get Mike Wright, who was up and then because of roster moves went back down, had to go down to AAA Norfolk for 10 days. I think he'll be eligible when the Orioles go to Cleveland on Friday.
2-2 delivery on the way. Judge started. Stopped.
Wow.
3-2.
Well, probably a little bit low, but take a look at your Mercedes pitch, guys. Again, this is what they're looking at. It's very similar to the Bird non-call.
Jim Hoy is long known as a hitter's umpire when it comes to the close calls. 3-2 pitch on the way. Judge up the middle. That'll be a base hit.
Yeah, not hit very hard. Yeah, nobody playing there. They put the shift on. Well, base hit last night, base hit today. 8 home runs the second half. Yeah, inside out, and he gets in on his fist. Actually, pretty good pitch. Bad result.
Had some spin on it.
Yep.
So the Yankees get a man on here in the 4th inning. They've only had 4 hits. Orioles have as many hits, but trail 6-2. Here is Castro. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. Came around to score. He is also struck out. Starlin Castro with a runner on and 1 down. He has had for the Yankees multi RBI games, 8 multi RBI games this season. Came through in the ball game yesterday with his 34th multi hit game and his 9th game with 3 or more hits, and hasn't played the full season. 0-1 delivery on the way. Castro fouls it off.
Yeah, Jimmy Yacobonis, I mean, he could command his fastball low and away, and then use the breaking ball, make sure that it goes from strike to ball, not from ball to strike. He's got a chance to be an effective major league pitcher, and that's really kind of what Norfolk was about this year. Go down. 63 innings, 28 walks, so the walks came down. Work on the breaking ball.
Pitch will be taken up high. Yacobonis out of Elizabeth, New Jersey. Lives in Matawan now. 13th round 2013 draft pick. 5 years in the minor leagues. Rated as the Orioles' 22nd prospect by Baseball America coming into the year. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be punched to right. That's probably going to fall in. Base hit. Found no man's land. Judge will stop at second as Rickert will come in to play it. Another dying quail shot to right field. 2 on and 1 down. Mini packs to the historic 125th season of Maryland football are now on sale. Start at just $75. Visit Terps125.com or call 1-800-I-AM-A-TERP to purchase your tickets now. Our statistician Kevin has the right color shirt on. Terps supporter.
Yeah, 51 points. When are they playing again this weekend?
Are they on this weekend? He's going to look. That'll be fouled off. The Gregorius up with a big 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning. Runners on at 1st and 2nd. This is what the Yankees did in the ball game yesterday. They got 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Batted around. A lot of base runners. That's what Joe Girardi's team is doing right now. They are pounding it out. During their 3-game hit streak, they have had multi-homer games in all 3. 0-1 delivery. He was trying to get one there and hacks it back.
Yeah, 98.
Oh, Yacobonis trying to hold them where they are.
Yeah, in yesterday's game, I mean, they got in at 3:30 to get to bed. 2 o'clock game. Dylan Bundy won 5 in a row himself. The last 8 not at his best. They hit a 2-run home run, add another run on Ellsbury's single, another home run by Castro, and they're off to the races.
Runners off 1st and 2nd, 1 away. The 0-2 delivery. Yacobonis Missed a little bit outside with that one on Gregorius.
Yeah, I think the plan for Jimmy Yacobonis is, and they were talking about it today, that maybe try to add a splitter, something, you know, that would go and look like the fastball if you throw it right. Hey, he grabs your hands. They are, I mean, it's like Frank Howard's hands. I mean, huge. So they think maybe the splitter could be.
Silo's shot way up in the air to second base. Infield fly rule is called. Scope will put it away. And there are 2 down, 2 remain on. Join Major League Baseball and the Orioles in the efforts to help victims of the devastation caused by Hurricane Harvey by visiting youcaring.com/MLB supports. So the Yankees will try and pick up a run here with 2 down. Holiday coming up. He drew a walk, scored in the 3rd inning. Yacobonis's delivery. Wow.
Yep.
He apparently asked for a timeout, didn't get it called, and the strike is taken. He's arguing with the home plate umpire, Jim Hoy.
Well, he doesn't have to give it to him, and you know, calls it right in the way. I think, you know, a lot of umpires, they usually actually do call it, but maybe he's in the middle of his windup.
Jonathan Scope won't argue because he got caught on that pitch at second base. He was moving in to take a throw at second and hadn't moved off the bag. That'll be fouled off. Big cut by Holiday, and the count will go to 0-2.
Yeah, 9 years of 20 or more home runs. Yeah. 1 year Colorado, 45 doubles, 34 home runs, and next year 36 home runs, 137 RBIs. Even last year when he fractured his thumb playing for the Cardinals, he hit 20.
He's had at least 15 homers, 12 of his 14 major league seasons. That one a chopper to first. Davis on the short hop will play it and take it to the bag for the out. So no runs on a couple of hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. Yankees on top for Sabathia. PNC minor league report. PNC for the achiever in you.
Well, Alexander Wells, he gets the Jim Palmer Award down on the field once the rain cleared. And out of Australia, there are the numbers. You know, it's amazing. I mean, 68 straight innings. His last 68 innings with no walks. So last year, what, 4-5 at Aberdeen, short season. This year, pitched all year long. Then he's going back to Australia tomorrow about 4 o'clock. I told him, I said, we got to take the award back. I said, I walked 129 or 130 and 129 innings. You're not wild enough. He just laughed at me and took it. Very nice young man. His brother, Lachlan, his twin brother, pitches for the Twins. Minor league.
Not bad.
A-ball.
Good arms running the family, apparently.
Former cricket player, and then chose baseball when he was 10.
Ground ball right into the shift. Trumbo will be retired on the ground ball to Castro. One down here in the fourth inning. CC Sabathia trying to add to the career numbers against the Orioles.
Well, a lot of wins, and again, the losses have come lately. He had one in his last it's 1-6, I think, in his last 12 starts. So again, you can look right here. That's at Camden Yards, but again, they get him a lot of runs. Well, he was 9-12 last year. They did not get him a lot of run support. He gave up under 4 runs a game after having 2 injury affected seasons.
Chris Davis, strikeout victim, his first time up. We congratulate Chris. He is the Orioles nominee for the 2017 Roberto Clemente Award, a prestigious award for work done in the community in the name of the player Roberto Clemente, who did that throughout his life and died doing so. And a lot of work by Chris and his wife Jill. They've been involved in hospital activities for children in Casey Cares, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter, the Christian Youth Athletics programs, the Orioles Reach Game Day Experience program. Each team has a Roberto Clemente Award nominee, and then one is selected at the end of the season for the Major League Award. So congratulations to Chris. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 down, nobody on. Castillo waiting on deck. Davis started. Did he go? No. Orioles have picked up their runs on a single by Mancini and a home run by Manny Machado. 4 hits on the board for the Orioles. They've stranded 3. 5 have been left on by the Yankees. Davis will take it. Called strike.
Oh, very animated James Hoy. Watch this arm go up. I bet the ball was off the corner.
As did Chris. 2 down, nobody on. That'll bring Castillo up. He grounded out his first time up. Sabathia, a couple of strikeouts in the ball game and 1 walk. Got 98 strikeouts in 125 innings. Wellington Castillo grounded out his first time up. Sabathia coming in over the top with a strike. One run, 4 hits, 6 innings. Last outing against Boston for CC Sabathia. Castillo had a home run early in the year off the lefty.
Yeah, this is the game where the Orioles end up losing 14-11, and as you mentioned, Gary, he pitches 5 2/3 innings. You know, the Orioles were up 9-1 at one time. He gives up 7 runs, so there is some hope, but got to get him out of there.
1-1 where they weren't.
Yeah.
Shift was on. He puts it right through the second base hold. So Castillo gets a base hit with 2 down here in the 4th inning. For every Orioles walk, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 supporting the American Diabetes Association. 341 walks, $17,050. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle.
Yeah,
Joey Rickard, a base hit, first time up.
Not a good idea to pitch him away when nobody's playing over there. You know, I mean, it forces you to pitch him down and in, and he didn't. Routine ground balls, a base hit.
With 2 away, the soft floater is going to miss at 78 up high. Red Sox Toronto still ongoing in their ball game. They're in extra innings. 12th inning, tied at 2. 1-0 pitch by Sabathia. That'll hit the outside corner. That's his fastball, 92 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's probably, I mean, that's a little bit higher than the average. And that's over, I mean, from April all the way to here. And he had one stretch from the 21st of April. Of course, that one game where he gave up 7 runs all the way into early May, where he gave up 22 earned runs in 20 innings pitched. And then he settled down. Hurt his hamstring, settled down again. Right knee problem. The landing knee. Took 10 days off, wears his brace, and back to pitching well.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Runner off first base is Castillo. Toronto having problems with their closer again tonight. Osuna gave up 2 runs, 2 hits in an inning. Estrada had worked 3-hit, 7 shutout innings in the start for Toronto tonight. Osuna has really struggled.
Well, that's like the 10th blown save for him. I think number 9 was against the Orioles when Castillo hit a home run. Orioles would go on to win that game.
1-2 delivery, breaking ball bounces. Romine able to hold it there.
Yeah, from what I saw, we saw him twice in that series, maybe not throwing quite as hard. Of course, it is September. And then if you're not throwing as hard and your command's not as good, that's when you get in trouble.
Don't have much to turn to if those both are off. Orioles will be going to Toronto, 3 games, part of the next road trip. Reaching out, fouls that one back into the screen. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Joey Rickert, batting in the 9 spot. Rickert's had a real good year against the Yankees. Came in with a .296 average against New York. Trying to get on base. Orioles trying to get the potential tying or go ahead run to the plate in this ball game, down by 4. 2-2 delivery, and that'll be down low. 3-2 to Joey.
Well, the Orioles would love a free pass, or whatever you want to call a walk. He can earn it too, because you know Sabathia with a 4-run lead does not want to walk him.
Castillo on at first base. Bird playing behind him. 3-2 delivery, runner going. That's foul outside of third base. Angels have got the early lead over Oakland on the way on the West Coast. Angels lead it 3-0. The Angels, as a result of the Minnesota loss, now tied with the Twins for the second wild card spot with identical records. The Angels with a win could move into that second spot. Runner goes up high, got him. Sabathia gets his 3rd strikeout. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. 6-2 Yankee lead. Limited baseball break. It is brought to you by T-Mobile. Take a look at our Major League Notebook, the global game. Former Major League right-hander Dennis Sarfate, a single-season record for saves in Japan, 47 with the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Now he pitched for the Orioles. 1 season, 2009, 20 games out of the bullpen, 5.09 ERA, 23 innings worked with the Orioles, and then in 2011 went to Japan, and now he's set a record. Congratulations to him. 47 saves.
Certainly a tenacious career. Again, here he really threw hard. Actually came over with Lou Scott, Matt Albers, and Miguel Tejada went the other way to Houston.
Way to keep your career going, and more doing that as the game expands around the world. Here's Greg Bird. Bird reached on an error, scored in the 3rd inning. Now Cabonis's delivery is going to miss outside. And a 2-0 count. Blyer and Yacobonis have already worked out of the bullpen for the Orioles. And a base hit.
Yeah,
Found some room out there, and he leads it off with a single.
Yeah, Greg Bird says, yep, finally I can get into a hitter's count, get a fastball out over the plate. This time when he hits it hard, he finds a hole. You're right.
Orioles baseball on Masson, brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you, and by M&T Bank, understanding what's important. Yankees with a runner on to lead off the inning. And let's see what Frazier will do here. He got an RBI and a ground ball out, and he popped out. Yacobonis' delivery is going to ride inside on him. Hellickson, 5 runs, 3 earned. Blyer, a run unearned. Three out of the 6 unearned runs. 1-0 delivery on the way. That hit him in the batter's box foul. So Frazier will stay right there. 1 ball, 1 strike count. One more game left to go in this series. Thank goodness not a day game in light of the 2-hour 15-minute delay to start this one. So tomorrow night 6:30 goes extra. 7 o'clock the game on Masson. Kevin Gausman, he's 10-9. Sonny Gray, the right-hander, is 8-9. 1 ball, 1 strike, short lead off first. That'll cut across a little too far away, maybe low. 2-1.
Now Frazier, along with Dave Robertson, Chicago's closer, comes over. Tommy Canley, Sonny Gray from Oakland, their best starter.
2-1. Down to third, Manny Machado. Scope. Davis. Around the horn they go. Turn the double play.
Yeah, good night. Sink. If you could throw a sinker down and in, this is the result you get. And then, of course, it's even a better result because with 1 pitch, you get 2 outs. They turn double play about as well as any. Especially, I mean, Manny can do everything. So I don't know if anybody turns double play any better than him.
A powerful arm we've seen used so often. And Noah's up in the bullpen.
Yeah, a couple of innings yesterday. So
again, trying to hold the individual members of the bullpen short in their appearances so they're available for another day. Ellsbury, a base hit and 2 RBIs in that 3rd inning. Got it done with 2 down. That was a big hit for him. He's got a 4-game hit streak now. Ellsbury against the Orioles, lifetime .303 hitter. He's had 8 RBIs against the Orioles this season in limited playing time. Veteran, 33 years old, will take the pitch for a strike. Ellsbury, over 10 years of major league service. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 away. One delivery on the way. That will miss outside. Ellsbury now has had 16 hits in his last 45 at bats. 3 home runs, 13 RBIs over that span for Ellsbury.
Well, everybody dogged him because he did get a 7-year, $153 million deal. And, are they going to trade him? Are they going to be able to move him? Are they going to give another team money? Aaron Hicks plays well real early. Achilles, oblique, and now all of a sudden Ellsbury is your center fielder.
Hicks on the 10-day DL at the moment. And Ellsbury will draw a walk. First surrendered by Yacobonis with 2 down here in the 5th inning. Well, the Orioles are proud to once again host the Longevity Foundation's Breathe Deep Baltimore 5K walk to raise funds and awareness for lung cancer in memory of the O's late public relations director, Monica Pence Barlow. The event's going to take place here at the ballpark Saturday, September 16. To register and for more information, go to Orioles.com/longevity. Row by a base hit, a run scored, and he is flying out. He got 2 at bats in the 3rd inning. Started it with a single and ended it with a fly ball to center. Yacabonis will look over to Ellsbury at first base. He's standing on the bag. Davis with a throw right into Ellsbury's back. Those 10 walks the Yankees picked up yesterday. It was the 10th time this year the Yankees have walked at least 8 times in a ball game. 0-1 delivery, runner not going, little chopper. Who's going to play it? Yacabonis heads to the base and gets there in time. Good flip by Chris Davis. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Yankees in game 2 up 6-2.
Our Geico highlights. The big inning right here. It's going to be a sacrifice fly. It's going to be the 3rd run. Transfer from the glove to the ball, dropped, and then Ellsbury. 2-run single to make it 6-1 at that time. Manny Machado, 2nd home run of the year, a bomb. Maybe not as long as the 463-footer he hit in Yankee Stadium. That would be the Orioles' 2nd run. Manny's 31st club leading home run. Those are your Geico highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
CC Sabathia will work to the top of the order for the Orioles in the 5th inning, and Beckham will take a breaking ball. He has grounded out, hit into a fielder's choice, 4 for 15 lifetime against Sabathia with a home run. Sabathia walked, 3 strikeouts. He's let the D work behind him. 1-0 delivery on the way, and a check on a ball up and didn't go. Eduardo Jimenez in the bullpen, as we said, probably for the rest of the year. The Orioles deciding to go with a 5-man rotation the rest of the way, and the odd man out in what had been a 6-man rotation was Jimenez.
At least for the moment.
At least for the moment. 2-0 delivery, a little spinner. Over the top throw made by Castro to record the out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Manny Machado coming up. Manny with a home run in the 3rd you just saw, 31st of the year. And he has popped out. Machado getting his 3rd home run and his 8th RBI against the Yankees, even though Manny's hitting under 190 against the Yankees this year. Sabathia, his delivery will be outside for a ball.
Yeah, a lot of those at bats. It took Manny a long time to get going. He certainly has made up for it, but When he was facing the Yankees into the middle of June, his average was in the low 2s.
Outside. Manny working on the home run numbers he's had over the last couple of years. 35 in 2015, 37 home runs last year. That was a career high on the season to go along with a .294 average. Sabathia with a 2-0. And he will take it. It is in there for a strike. Sabathia here in ball games in this ballpark's 11-7 here at Oriole Park. 3.42 ERA. 2-1 delivery on the way. Off speed. Had the timing off. Ellsbury. Turn to our Major League Notebook and take a look at this stadium baseball history. All about the Babe. 1914, pitching for a visiting Providence International League team. He was 19 years old, playing in Toronto. 9-0, a one-hitter, and would hit his only minor league home run in that game. And there is a plaque over on the island just off the mainland of Toronto commemorating that, where the ballpark was. And in 26 in Baltimore, minor league Orioles beat the Yankees 18-9 exhibition game. Babe Ruth 0 for 5. Got into a little tanglement with Mark Koenig in the dugout. Adam Jones puts that one up in the air to left field. That is way back, and goodbye, home run. Way out of here. Boy, a scope brother on the long ball. Jonathan punched that one. That had some hang time and some distance on it, and Scope makes it a 6-3 game.
Well, their buddies, Manny Machado hit his 31st. Now Scopes ties it with his 31st home run. So again, you got to just kind of worm your way back into this game. Again, Sabathia, I would imagine if he gets through this inning with the bullpen well rested, it'll be a short leash. And it's also been a tough night. Long, started late, a lot of long innings.
For Catherine Montague, our Maryland Lottery contestant, another one worth $500. And the Orioles 6-3. 2 off Sabathia tonight. Now Adam Jones. See if Adam can do one too.
I'll take a look. Look, I don't know, maybe a cutter, two-seamer, doesn't get it in. Ball's up too much in the middle of the plate, and the big fly. Number 31 for Jonathan Scope.
1-0 delivery. Adam will take the pitch outside, off speed delivery. 2-0.
Not to mention 102 RBIs.
He and Cruz have not been separated by very much in the RBI department. Cruz and Scope 1 and 2 here over the last week. 2-0 delivery on the way. Jones inside out ground ball. Castro will make the play on it, and that'll do it. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Jonathan Scope delivers home run number 31 into the misty Masson is brought to you by Navy Federal, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years, federally insured by NCUA, and by John Hopkins Orthopedics, serving the community for over 125 years. So the Orioles have chipped away, each team with 6 hits. Yankees up by 3. Machado and Scope each delivering their 31st home runs of the year. Jonathan Scope getting his 2nd against the Yankees, and Manny Machado his 3rd. And Mancini with the other RBI. Ubaldo Jimenez.
Yeah, well, you can see again the start's 22. This will be the 28th game. 6th time out of the bullpen. Actually pitched better out of the bullpen this year. You see the record 5 and 9 home runs, dramatically up. Coming off a start where 2 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs. Now, a little bit unlucky because they dropped a pop up and whatever, but again the last 3 starts 6, 5, 6. But fully capable because we've seen him do it. I mean, he comes out of nowhere and all of a sudden he'll be struggling, and then next thing you know he can shut you down.
Gardner will pop that one up, and no play for Castillo. Gardner's had an 0 for 3 in the game and an 0 for 8 in the first 2 ball games. Gardner's hit Jimenez hard, 8 for 22 with a couple of home runs off him.
Well, his whole season started on the Saturday afternoon game after the Yankees had won 14-11. He came in with 2 doubles. He's hitting 188, hit 2 home runs off of Baldo, and on his way to 20, and jump started him.
As an 0-2 count. And Gardner on the pitch inside. Yacobonis, inning and 2/3, 3 hits, a walk, no runs. Held the Yankees. See how far Jimenez will be asked to go in this game. May well depend on whether the Orioles can get some more runs. 1-2 delivery and a swing and a miss over the top.
Yeah, he's saying I fouled it.
Steele whips it around in a hurry, and Jimenez gets a strikeout.
Well, this is how he gets you out. He gets ahead, then he throws a split-fingered fastball, and this ball dives straight down. And then kind of just splits the finger. It actually comes out from behind his fan. Nice block by Wellington. This ball gets by him. Gardner's going to be on first.
Clearly did not touch it with the bat. Here's Judge with a base hit, a walk, and a ground ball out. He has scored a run in the ball game. Judge a 1 for 3 off Ubaldo Jimenez. Judge and then Castro here in the top of the order for the Yankees. Off speed delivery out in front on the big cut, 1-1. Jimenez, the 1-1 delivery on the way, and a good one in there for a strike at 90. One-two delivery by the right-hander, and Judge will hit it in the air to left. Plenty of room here for Mancini. He will put it away. 2 down. Well, the Red Sox are going to be coming to town for a pivotal 3-game series September 18th through the 20th. All games are going at 7:05. On Tuesday, September 19, all fans will receive an Orioles knit cap. Good seats are available. Bring some Oriole magic to the ballpark. And you can get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Misty moonlight here at Camden Yards. We are in the 6th inning, 2 down. Castro hit by a pitch, scored. He's got a base hit and he is struck out. And then as a slider way outside. Ubaldo Jimenez taken out of that 6-man rotation, not kept in the 5-man. ERA since the 1st of August, 8.22. 1-0 delivery, another breaking ball, and again will miss outside.
Yeah, I mean, such an opportunity, and like I said, I mean, a little bit unfortunate in his last game. He didn't play very well behind him. He didn't pitch very well. That's not a bad combination. And you know, Buck Showalter give you the ball every fifth, as it that time was sixth, and just hoping somebody, whether it be Tillman or Ubaldo, would, you know, catch fire. And Tilly really hadn't pitched that well. Ubaldo hasn't pitched that well. Miley, of course, is trying to turn the corner a little bit. So, but again, if you're Chris Tillman, you're going to get another opportunity.
3-0 with 2 down here in the 6th inning. Always try and work Castro away. He's got that foot going down towards third base, that front foot. Ground ball that way. Long throw for Beckham. One hopper. Davis can't play it. Wouldn't have had him anyway.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a base hit for a guy with a hamstring pull. And of course, I am sure, even though this is a 6-3 lead, the last thing they want to do is get Starlin Castro. So he smells base hit. Long throw. Wet grass. Low throw. Yeah, you're right. He's not going to throw him out.
So that will be a base hit, and it'll be the second of the ball game for Castro's, 2 for 3. And that brings up Gregorius. He's already had 2 RBIs on a base hit. He's walked and he has popped out. Gregorius had 4 RBIs in the first 2 games of this 3-game set, and 10 total against the Orioles. In the air to left, Trey Mancini running, diving, makes a nice catch. Mancini, as that one was dying towards the line, hauls it in. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. The Orioles with time, trailing in this thing just by 3. Made for next year. Stay put. Pirates have reached an agreement. 4-year extension. Clint Hurdle, the manager. Report from Bill Brink of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. 60-year-old Hurdle now will be under contract through 2021. And in Cincinnati, Brian Price confirmed that his 2018 option has been exercised by the Reds. He said it's a good thing, I think, for all of us, because we'd like to see this thing through to the other side as they are rebuilding. So congratulations, Hurdle and Price, managers who will be back.
Yeah, 1978 cover of Sports Illustrated. This year's phenom, Clint Hurdle.
Clint Hurdle. Pitch taken inside for a ball. Yep, Clint came up with all kinds of publicity.
Yeah, he was, not a bad player. He just never wasn't George Brett or some of the other guys that he played with. Came up with the Royals.
Trey Mancini, CC Sabathia. Third base, base hit. So Mancini's on with a leadoff single. That's his second hit, 2 singles and an RBI in the game. A little surprise CC Sabathia's back out there with the bullpen the Yankees have, but there he is.
Well, I mean, their bullpen's been light out. I mean, finally, the infield roller, jam shot. So fights it off, and Frazier tries to catch it. That could be done.
So the first action we've seen in the bullpens will come from the Yankees.
Canley, who came over from Chicago, the White Sox, hard thrower.
Mark Trumbo's 0 for 2. He has grounded out, flied out, but Trumbo has had a hot bat, 6-game hit streak coming into this ball game, and he has done it with some power. So the Orioles a chance to cut even more into this Yankee lead. Sabathia with the delivery, working outside, and will miss out there. Trumbo during the 6-game hit streak is 8 for 32. He's had a home run, 4 RBIs. Well, the Orioles batting here in the 6th inning. A lot of time left to be able to overcome that Yankee lead. Here's the 1-1 delivery. That's going to be outside.
Got 12 outs to do it. In the bullpen, the Orioles, other than that 6-run inning by the Yanks, of course, that's a huge inning. The other thing about Mark Trumbo, you walk in and go, Mr. T, hit the right field anytime you want. And he's been hitting more balls to right field. But one big fly here, and this game is in doubt.
And fooled on it, a swing and a miss. Count will go to 2-2. The shift put on. M&T Bank, understanding what's important.
And you know, Joe Girardi, former catcher managing the Yankees, is hoping for a double play ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Trumbo waiting on it. Hacks it one up high.
Over his head. That's the first at bat. Took a ball really over the letters. Popped it up. I just think he doesn't want to hit the slider unless it hangs, and he hadn't done too many. So when he sees a fastball, he chases.
Outfield defense pretty much straight up. 2-2 delivery on the way, and he got one. Left field at his way back. Gardner going back at the wall. And goodbye home run. Mark Trumbo delivers a 2 RBI homer, and the Orioles make this a 1-run game.
Well, there's your slider. And there's the big fly. So with one swing, all of a sudden, the Orioles have hope.
A 3-homer ball game.
200th career home run for Mark Trumbo.
Against Sabathia. 3 off him in this one. That's great for our Maryland lottery contestant, Catherine Montague. 500 for each of them, and better for the Orioles, who pull within 1. Nobody out. Chris Davis. Davis down to first. That is a fair ball played by Bird. He will take it to the bag for the out.
So again, he's trying to get the ball in, and it doesn't get in. You get in the 6th inning again. Long innings. Pitch count goes up. There we go, youngster. Thank you very much. Gave him a thumbs up.
Very nice. So that will be it. CC Sabathia coming out, first ball game this year in which he has surrendered 3 home runs.
going to win for the 12th time this year. Again, the three strikeouts, only the one walk, 94 pitches. They do hit 3 home runs. The Trumbo 2-run shot brings the Orioles within 1. So Tommy Kahnle again came over with Todd Frazier. Dave Robertson really had really had it going with the White Sox, because he was and with the Yankees, 23 strikeouts, 7 2/3 innings. You can see lefties hit him better than righties. 4 home runs. And again for the White Sox, a little bit better, 3 home runs for them, but in 36 innings struck out 60, ERA of 2.50. So with the Yankees early on struggled. Let's see if he can hold a 1-run lead here.
There is Trumbo, home run number 22. Couple of RBIs. Scope, he's had a home run, his 31st, and the 31st picked up by Manny Machado earlier. So now 6-5, and here's Wellington Castillo.
Yeah, Kahnle throws really hard. 95 to 98. They have a whole bullpen of hard throwers.
Ground ball out in a single for Wellington Castillo, and the pitch at 90 will be in there for a strike. Orioles getting it done as they spread the runs across here. First inning in which they have had 2 on the home run by Trumbo. CC Sabathia will now watch. Kahnle out of the slow set, the 0-1 delivery. That's going to be outside.
Yeah, threw him a first pitch changeup because Wellington's been so hot. And then comes back with 98 and misses.
For Mark Trumbo, a couple of home runs this year against the Yankees. More importantly, though, he's had 13 RBIs against the Yankees this year. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that one is going to be fouled straight back. Castillo, who also has been hitting the home runs. The Orioles within 1. Real good comeback by the Orioles against CC Sabathia. Orioles out hitting the Yankees 8-7. Those 3 unearned runs loom large. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Kahnle gets it in there with heat.
Yeah, bottom drops out on that change. Yeah, good one. You're looking for somewhere in the upper 90s, and watch this ball go straight down. Almost looks like a split-fingered fastball that just drops out of the strike zone. So the illusion, it's going to be around the knees with 2 strikes. You got to protect, and next thing you know, you've swung over the top of it.
Day for the Orioles warming up. And here's Joey Rickard. Popped that one outside of first base and into the seats. 2 down, nobody on here in the 6th inning. Rickard with a base hit. Andy has struck out. Tampa Bay, Toronto rather, and Red Sox still playing. 14th inning at Fenway Park in Boston. 2-2. 0-1 delivery on the way. That'll be a strike at 98. Take a look at what the Orioles have to work with the expanded roster.
So Santander switch hitters. Caleb Joseph, one of your 3 catchers. Seth Smith lefty, Flaherty lefty. Austin Hayes just recalled today.
That 2 is going to be a souvenir into the seats.
There is Austin Hayes.
0-2 count. This is when it gets a little crowded over there.
Well, Dave Anderson by Caleb Joseph there, and there's a.
He didn't get him. Everybody was headed into the dugout. The entire Yankee team had started to leave. 1 and 2. And that's why.
Yeah.
So Joey Rickard gets a break on the call, keeps the at bat alive at 1 and 2. And we'll take that one away.
Yeah, man, Kahnle struggling a little bit early on, and then of course anytime you come from the White Sox who were trying to, and he did a great job for him, then you come to all of a sudden you're in a pennant race. Takes a little bit of a period of adjustment.
2-2 delivery. And the count will go full, 3-2.
Now their split-fingered fastball, bottom dives out. Joey Rickard does a nice job of not swinging at this. Thought about it.
Here's the 3-2 delivery and up, way up. So the Orioles keep it going as Joey Rickard draws the walk to turn the order over. It's only the second walk the Orioles have picked up in the ball game.
Well, you do have some speed with Rickard, you know, because it's what, 7 out of 9. He could steal a base. You know, it's a wet field, but the infield was covered, and we haven't had, I don't think, any additional drizzle.
Sabathia leaving with the Yankees up by 1. Orioles trying to take that away here in the 6th.
That's a good challenge because Beckham, a good fastball hitter. I don't know if he'll get that to hit, but Canley can get it up there, and as we saw, 98. Yeah.
Foul back with a fastball. Beckham's 0 for 3 in the ball game. He's had 1 hit, 7 at bats. 6 at bats in the 2 games.
One thing about Tim Beckham, of course, you know, one of the hottest hitters in baseball the first month. Over 50 hits. He doesn't walk. I mean, he's walked 4 times in now what, 149 at bats. He's up there to swing.
Beckham 3 for 19 so far in September. 1 home run. Rickard a good lead over there at first base. Good enough for a throw over.
He's got a big lead. Well, what you're hoping, and there'll be some kind of distraction if you're the Orioles, and even if Rickard can't steal a base or doesn't go, then maybe Canley will try to maybe slide step and throw one in the middle of the plate.
And the pitch will be taken up at 98. 1 ball, 1 strike to Beckham. Well, we said home plate umpire Jim Hoy has a history as being an umpire who most favors hitters. He's up there among the top 5 among umpires.
Really?
Yep.
As favoring the hitters?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Fouls that off on top of it. 1-2.
Yeah, nice pitch right there.
Well, the Yankee bullpen has been outstanding on the year. 3rd in ERA, fewest hits per 9 innings, 2nd fewest home runs per 9 innings allowed. Canley trying to add to that through that deal. Certainly did with David Robertson, who we saw in the ball game last night. That same deal. Rickard off first base. 1-2 count. Runner not going. A pitch up and away. So Canley takes it to 2-2. Manny Machado waiting on deck. Orioles with a couple of runs here in the 6th inning. Mancini led it off with a single. Mark Trumbo delivered the long ball. Cut the lead to 1. Yankees scored all of their runs in 1 inning. That came in the 3rd. 6 runs on 3 hits. Two balls, 2 strikes. Rickard will stay at first and fouled.
Now, Canley doing a nice job of just holding the ball. So, you know, Joey Rickard with good speed, but somewhat inexperienced stealing bases at this level. That's one of the things. Throw over, you slide step, hold the ball a little bit. Just trying to not to get him, allow him to get a running lead.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Beckham. Canley, the delivery to him. Beckham fights it off back into the seats. So he will hold the count at 2-2, and another long at bat for Beckham. Yankees have had their RBIs. Gregorius has got a couple. Frazier got one on a ground ball. Ellsbury a couple on a single. Big error committed in that third. Adam Jones had a ball that could not control in center. And right now that's the difference in the ball game. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Aaron O'Day looks like he'll be coming on. Long innings. He's been out there in the bullpen, standing, throwing, standing. 2-2. Ainley's pitch with the runner staying. That's going to be outside.
Yeah, a little breaking ball. Anything but a fastball. So runner goes. Big break, because if the ball's hit up the gap, certainly with Rickard's speed has a chance, or down the lines, especially down the right field line in this part.
Three-two. Rickard at first being held. He will be going. Delivery on the way. In the air to right. That one headed to the corner. Judge going over, disappears, and makes a really nice catch. A ball that ends up coming over the corner of those stands as he disappears from view and hauls it in. The Orioles a couple of runs. They do it on 2 hits. Mark Trumbo, his 22nd home run, pulls the Orioles to within 1. Ball game has to go to the 7th inning. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer with you. And for the Orioles, I guess this has become so the norm for the season. They get a run, they fall behind, the starters don't go very deep, the offense has to battle back, and here we go again.
But the bullpen tonight, whether it was Blyer, even though he got a little bit unlucky when Adam dropped the ball and then gave up the hit to Ellsbury, but Yacobonis comes in. Even Ovaldo gets a 1 inning. Yep. So you're back in the game. O'Day had a great August, was in 15 games. Seems like he's kind of the Darren O'Day. So you're back in the ball game, and then it's going to be they have a very good bullpen. I mean, something like 222 runners in scoring position for the whole year, 217 batting average. So you're going to have to beat their bullpen and hopefully keep the game where it is now, down by 1 run.
And here is Darren O'Day. Jimenez worked an inning, had a strikeout, a hit. And now Darren O'Day will take over. Holiday will lead it off against him. A couple of walks. He has grounded out. He scored a run in the Yankees' 3rd inning. 10 to the plate in the 3rd, getting the 6 runs on just 3 hits. Holiday to be followed by Bird and Frazier. And the breaking ball from O'Day will be in there for a strike. The sweeper crossing the outside part of the plate.
Well, the sweeper's been sweeping, and the fastball commands got better. Dave Robertson came in yesterday, pitched an inning, and an eventful inning, a couple of walks, and then got back on track.
Today's pitch to him will be hit down to third. That's going to go foul. So again, a lot of innings out of the bullpen so far. Really, so good. O'Day against the Yankees, 7th game. He's been charged with 7 runs on 6 hits in 5 2/3 innings against the Yankees. He took one of the losses against New York this year, 0-1. Lifetime, he's 5-1 with 2 saves against New York. Holiday, 1 ball, 2 strike count. And that's foul the other way. Holiday's had a 1 for 3 in the only times he's faced Darren. Big power hitter. DH.
Well, they got him because they thought he could still play, and with all the metrics now, exit velocity, he had one of the highest in the National League, even though he did fracture his thumb in early August for the Cardinals. So, veteran guy, DH. A little bit first base. They were with Bird out. He even played a couple of games at first base.
1-2 delivery on the way to him, and that'll miss outside.
You're not getting a borderline pitch tonight. You're right about that. I mean, this James Hoy right on the money as far as making you really work for strikes.
2 ball, 2 strike count, Holiday. Yankees have had the leadoff man on in 4 innings. Darren with a 2-2. Holiday will take it. Did he go? Nope. So Darren will start out with a 3-2 count on the first batter that he faces, with Bird waiting on deck. Yankees trying to extend their win streak to 4. Keeping an eye on the Toronto-Boston game. That's still 2-2 in the 15th. Three-two delivery, and into the screen. Holiday wanted that one. Gives the bat a little flip. Three-two delivery, and got him. The outside corner on that one. Holiday had hopes, but he won't look back.
Yeah, he's not going to argue. I mean, pitcher's pitch right here. It just, he's fouled off some. There's the sweeper. Perfectly located. Again, 15 appearances in August, 14 2/3 innings. And right there, somewhere around the knees.
And one down. Holiday out of there. Bird coming up. Base hit, reached on an error, scored, and has flied out. 1 hit, 8 at bats in the first 2 games. First hit he's had against the Orioles this year, 1 for 17. He will foul O'Day's pitch right straight back. Well, the Orioles came in having scored only 12 runs in their last 4 ball games, so they've bettered that on a per game look, getting the 5 so far in this one, and this one far from over. Scope, Machado, long balls, along with Trumbo. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and outside. One delivery by Darren. Rolled over on that one. Scope will make the play. Bird's retired. 2 away. 7th inning. MLB.com at bat, your #1 mobile app for live Orioles baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Orioles home screen icons, app features. You get game day, live game video highlights, and more. Download it. MLB.com at bat today. Two down, seventh inning, nobody on. Closing in on the end of a day. Tick tock. Two outs. Frazier an RBI and a ground ball out, looking for his first hit of the game. He has popped out and into a double play. Todd Frazier with an 0-1 count, two down. O'Day, the fourth Oriole reliever to appear in the ball game. Oh, 1 delivery. Frazier on the big cut.
Yeah, looking for home run 23. And again, two-seamer just runs right in. I mean, big swing.
And the 0-2. Looking for him to chase one way outside. Darren with a 1-ball 2-strike count. Ellsbury on deck if Frazier can keep the inning going. And the 1-2 delivery to him. Can't. Darren O'Day, another fine inning. Couple of strikeouts, retires the side in order. Seventh inning stretch time and midnight. Orioles down by just one. As fans settle back after seventh inning stretch time, the Yankees have the 6-5 lead, and a little deeper into those pens we go.
Yeah, so Dave Robertson, this will, well, 51st game, but for the Yankees, because he got traded from the White Sox, where he was, what, 13 out of 14 in the save chances. Again, yesterday, 26 pitches, a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts. And again, he's got a great curveball, cutter, fastball. So he's one of really three possibilities for Joe Girardi to close out games. Of course, when you have Betances and then our oldest Chapman behind him, he pitches down the ladder a little bit, but very effective. And of course, the experienced guy that knows how to pitch in the late innings with close leads.
Robertson against the Orioles this year. This will be game number 4. 1 run, 3 hits in the 3 innings that he has worked. No record against the Orioles this year. Manny Machado stands in against him, 1 for 6 lifetime off the Yankee right-hander. Canley worked 2/3 of an inning, a strikeout and a walk, and that one's off the mask. Romine being pushed backwards on that one.
boom. I mean, almost dead center. Knocks it. Just takes a right turn across his face.
So Manny will step out. Give Romine a moment. 1 strike count. Machado, Scope, and Jones here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Robertson's 0-1 delivery to him. Manny will take it for a strike.
Yeah, there's the curveball.
47 games for Robertson against the Orioles. Lifetime 4-4. 5 for 9 in save situations. 5.04 ERA. 0-2 delivery started. Ball in the dirt though. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, you can get a blown save in a hold situation because I don't think he's going to pitch 3 innings. But we saw him yesterday. Trouble early on, first 2 walks, but it was twilight. So, Orioles, in fact, the Yankees would say the same thing. Hard to see in the late innings.
Manny, there's the 1-knee swing that he doesn't want to be doing.
Yeah, I think he thinks though he's going to hit this curveball because it stays inside, but it still goes straight down. This is the pitch that Adam Jones struck out on. It just goes down. It doesn't go down and away. Big swing, no result.
So Robertson gets the strikeout, not uncommon for him. Jonathan Scope, 31st home run, came in the 5th inning. He drew a walk and scored in the 1st. So another ball game in which a major contribution is made by Scope to the Orioles offense. Robertson's delivered to him. Scope will take it. It's in there for a strike.
You're getting a glimpse of what this game can be. Yesterday couldn't throw a strike early on. Went to the curveball. Got back in. Got out of the inning. And tonight looks like, the Dave Robertson we usually see, a command guy with good stuff, great stuff.
Scope will take it away. Jonathan's 0 for 3 against David Robertson. Orioles bullpen has been able to hold the Yankees down since the 3rd inning. Just 4 hits, no runs, but the Orioles still needing a couple to get a lead here in this ball game.
Well, they bring in, Chapman and Betances, and now in this case, Dave Robertson. When you have a swing and miss at 36%, well over a third of the pitches you throw, that means you got some stuff. And for him, it's fastballs and cutters and that over the top curveball.
Dylan Betances, Chapman. 1-2. And way outside.
And that number's even gotten better over the last couple of years. Lifetime, and they swing and miss about 28.5, which is still high, but not in the mid-30s.
Two ball, 2 strike delivery on the way to him, and that'll bounce. So he takes it full, 3-2. They're going to the top of the 16th at Fenway. 2-2 Toronto Boston. Morales has had a 1 for 6 RBI. Hanley Ramirez a 1 for 6 and an RBI. Estrada worked 7 innings, no runs, 3 hits. Eduardo Rodriguez, he worked 6 innings, gave up a couple of runs on 6 hits. And they're still tied. 3-2 delivery in the air to left field. That one going towards the warning track. It'll be in the yard. Gardner going over to get it. Scope retired, and there are 2 away. Brad Brock looks like he's next on the list.
Well, again, the Blyers and the Acabonuses and even all the Ubaldo Jimenez have allowed Buck Showalter to get back to where he can use his mainstays. Try to keep the game a 1-run deficit unless the Orioles tie it up here.
Adam with a base hit, 1 for 3 in the ball game, 1 for 7 in the 2 games. Adam looking for a little redemption, having made the error in center. Ended up with 3 unearned runs. Not going to get it here. Frazier's throw. And Robertson comes on and retires the side in order. We go to the 8th inning. It'll be 8-9-1 due up for the Yankees against Brad Brock. The Orioles Yankees wrap up the 3-game set. Sonny Gray on the mound against Kevin Gausman. Our coverage on MASN begins at 6:30. Ozark Strip presented by Southwest. Game coverage will be at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Yeah, so Sonny Gray, he's pitched well, but maybe not as well as some of the guys that have pitched against him once he's become a Yankee. Did give up 3 home runs up in Boston against the Red Sox. So Kevin Gausman, he's been on a roll, 10-9. Should be a really good pitching duel. Hopefully the rain will stay away and they'll get to face each other tomorrow night. Brad Brock last pitched against the Toronto, day off yesterday. So again, having another outstanding year. Again, low batting averages.
So Brad on to hold the fort. O'Day with a solid inning, retired the side in order and got a couple of strikeouts in the process. For Brock this year, this will be game number 6 against them. And Chapman getting up in the bullpen for the Yankees. Brad has given up 3 runs on 3 hits over 5 innings against the Yankees this season. Has 1 save against them. And the pitch taken up high. Angels moved into a tie for the moment with Minnesota for the second wild card spot. Minnesota lost, but now the Angels are losing to Oakland 5-4. They're in the 5th inning of their ball game. Albert Pujols continues hot, 1 for 2. He's had 2 RBIs in the game. Davis with a 2 for 3, couple of RBIs. Indians have won their ball game 9-4 over the White Sox. Wow. Maybe they'll just run the table. And a swing and a miss.
Well, I hope not, because they're playing the Orioles. Right?
Yeah.
But with that said,
it's 13 in a row for Cleveland. They now lead Minnesota by 11 for the division lead. More importantly, they've got 82 wins. Houston's got 84. Vying for the most wins for home field, of course, in the league.
And of course, they've done it without Andrew Miller, who's been on the DL.
A 3-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, the Yankees actually lost a doubleheader to him, 3 straight. So they are certainly playing well, because everybody knows they're a good club.
Ellsbury, a couple of RBIs on a base hit, a walk, and he's popped out. Brock's delivery to him will be a base hit into center field. He just teed up on that one.
Yep. Well, again, sweet swing, and again, he just doesn't hit home runs like he used to. It's, the big hit of the game was really the single up the middle, the 2-run single. They had the 5th and 6th runs after the error by Adam Jones.
Ellsbury's first hit against Brad Brach in 9 at bats. Here's number 9 hitter Austin Romine. Romine, a base hit, a run scored. He has flied out and grounded out. Romine 2 for 2 off Brach. Yankees batting in the 8th, and he runs real big. Brach dives,
what a
gets
nice
it,
play. Wow.
and the runner will stay at first. Throw down. Did he drop it just in case?
Yeah, better throw it over to first.
Base, but the home plate umpire had already signaled Jim Hoy that the ball had been caught in the air.
Well, very Gazelle-like right here. I mean, and then right there figures, well, I might as well get the lead runner. Maybe they'll think I dropped it. And of course, if you're sitting at home, you're going, well, why didn't he? Well, you got to catch it. You don't have that much time, especially the way he went after it. Now, Romine, not a very good bunt. They don't advance the runner.
And that leaves Ellsbury on at first base, and Gardner, top of the order, coming up. Gardner 1 for 6 off Brach. Still looking for a base hit in the series. 0 for 4 here, 0 for 9. First 2 games. Gardner came in hitting .288 against the Orioles. 1 down. Ellsbury off first.
Yeah, 17 steals out of 19 attempts, and again, with Hicks on the disabled list, wet conditions, even though the infield's dry, do you run if you think? Castillo's thrown out 50% of the runners, which is an amazing number. You can see big lead.
Started to go, stopped.
You better make him stop because that's probably a lead he could have stolen second.
You got Judge waiting in the on deck circle. One 0 count, 1 down. Backing up, Ellsbury, close. Throw right into the glove on the runner.
Yeah, really close. Nice move right here, and again a big lead. That throws a little bit lower. He probably would have slid right into the tag. Great throw though, but just shoulder high, or I mean the shoulder of Ellsbury.
Gardner waiting, 1-0. Chopper. Fair. Everybody's safe. Good play by Brach to hold the runner at second base. So Gardner gets an infield single as Brad looking right into his back by the time he got the ball.
Yeah, there's no way to make the throw. And Gardner knows this ball. Watch him come out of the box. This is where I need a hit. I'm going to try to run it out. And I mean, unless you come across and be able to throw back into fair territory. Now, if he keeps going, maybe, but I don't think he would have had any kind of angle. Nothing you could do about that.
So a base hit, infield variety. We'll put 2 on with 1 out here in the 8th inning and bring up Judge. Aaron Judge has walked, singled, flied out, and grounded out. 2 on, 1 away. Big moment here in the 8th. Judge fouls one back. That's one of the bigger cuts he's had here in the first 2 games of this series.
Well, Brad Brach very aggressive early in the strike zone. There's the number. 11 home runs with runners in scoring position. 85 RBIs on the year.
Judge, a couple of home runs here in this ballpark. 2 of the 8 he has against the Orioles this year, and Brad Brach will step off. Judge with the 0 for 4 off Brach. Scope all but standing on the bag with the runner at second. There was the big cut. 0-2.
Yeah, you get him to 2 strikes as he chases. You know, aggressive, back-to-back fastballs. Haven't seen that very much in this series. And they elevate it. Again, go back to the numbers when he's 2 strikes, not hitting particularly well. 189. See if Brad can make a pitch. You don't have to throw a strike. That's why it's tough to hit.
Here's the 0-2 delivery, and Judge will foul it away. So the count will stay at 2 strikes on him. 1 down, 2 on. Judge with Castro waiting on deck. Tonight, Yankees with the opportunities. 2 for 9. They were 2 for 7 in the ball game last night. The Orioles with only a couple of chances. They've used the home run ball. Mancini RBI base hit, and then the 3 homers, Machado, Scope, and the 2-run shot by Trumbo. Judge will take it, and he's gone. Big strikeout for Brad Brock.
Yeah, James Hoy doesn't call that many strikes, but what he does, he gets excited. Slider right in the middle of the plate. Freezes him. And James Hoy. Could hurt your shoulder.
Ow. 2 down.
That's why he doesn't do it a lot.
That's right. Now Castro, still dangerous here. Castro, a couple of singles, been hit by a pitch and scored, and he has struck out. He's got a 1 for 7 off Brad Brock, a home run.
Well, that turned that game, the 9-1, 11-4, 11-8, because he hit a fastball up and in after a 3-2 walk to Chase Edley. 96 up and in, hit it down the left field line at Yankee Stadium. They would add another run and then win it in extra innings.
Castro waiting on it, and the pitch will be taken inside for a ball.
Well, we saw yesterday. I mean, he looks in certain areas. He never hit more than 14 with the Cubs. Comes over to the Yankees last year, hit 20 because of the 2 hamstring DLs this year. Probably not going to hit that many, but he's got 13, and he'll look for pitches and get on them.
13th home run came yesterday against the Orioles. He'll take that inside. 2-0. 1-run ball game as the Orioles have battled back. 6-2 deficit to make it 6-5. Ellsbury and Gardner are the base runners here in the 8th for the Yankees, each of them picking up a single. Two-0 delivery on the way to him. Manny, Beckham, Manny, foul territory, will put it away. Good job by Brock as he works out of a jam. No runs, a couple of hits, 2 left on. The Orioles, Mancini, Trumbo, Davis coming up. Earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite.
Well, we never see Adam Jones do this. It's going to be the 3rd run. It's going to come in. They're going to try to make a throw, catch it at the same time, and transfer the ball, and it just comes off the edge of the glove. So as it turns out, the Yankees would have had another couple of runs, and you just never see that happen. One of those freak plays, anticipating catching and throwing, trying to do it. So Aroldis Chapman, big contract, ERA up this year. Strikeouts not. I mean, he was throwing 105, they said the other night. But again, last Doesn't throw many home runs, only 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 of those, all 3 of them in the last 7 games. 2 by left-handers. That doesn't happen very often. So DL early in May with some shoulder problems. The hero of last year's World Series traded to the Cubs for Gleyber Torres, one really good young player until he slid into home plate. AAA, hurt his elbow, and then comes back to the Yankees as a free agent.
Robertson works an inning with 1 strikeout. Zach Britton in the bullpen for the Orioles. All 5 runs off CC Sabathia scored by the Orioles on 8 hits over 5 1/3. The 2 starters still the pitchers of record. Hellickson 5 runs 3 earned, 2 hits in 2 1/3 innings. So let's see what the Orioles can do against Chapman. Here is Trey Mancini, 2 base hits, 1 run scored, and an RBI, 2 for 3.
Yeah, throwing a few more breaking balls.
That one towards the middle, shortstop Gregorius. Pitch and an out.
Yep, 99 on the ground.
Coming to the plate, Trumbo, our Lexus of Towson drive of the game.
And again, 2-run shot. All of a sudden 6-3 becomes 6-5. CC tried to get a slider in, didn't quite get it in, and Trumbo for Mark takes advantage of it.
Lexus of Towson, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer, 7 straight years. Come see why at lexusoftowson.com. 1 down, nobody on here in the 8th. Trumbo a 1 for 2 off for Aroldis Chapman. 2009 defector from Cuba. The big power arm. Betances, another one in the bullpen.
Well, power arm, power body. I mean, he throws the ball like a coiled leopard. He just jumps at you. It's one of the more amazing velocities you're ever going to see.
And a heater at 102.
And he tried to hit it. And that's what Mark Trumbo is trying to do.
1 ball, 1 strike count from Chapman. Chris Davis waiting on deck. The 1-1 came down and in. You have to hit on top of that one, and did. Fouled it off 1 and 2.
Well, the amazing thing, we talked about the home runs, and one was by Yonder Alonso. The first one it was by the rookie Rafael Devers of the Red Sox, left center. I think he hit it. It was clocked at 102 miles per hour, and he hit it over the left center field fence. And that'd been the first home run, I believe, since Luke Scott hit a home run years ago.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Trumbo to third, backhanded.
Right.
Frazier with a nice stop and a nice play.
Yeah, he can play third base. Made that play look routine. You play close enough to the line that you don't let a ball get to your right for extra base hits. Even though, I can't imagine you thinking that Trumbo's going to pull 102, but he did.
So 2 down here in the 8th inning. Chris Davis coming up. Chris has struck out twice, and he has grounded out. For Chapman against the Orioles, this is game number 4 this year. The Orioles have no runs, 2 hits off him in 3 previous innings. He owns a 1-0 record and 2 for 3 in saves lifetime against the Orioles. Chris Davis only has faced him once, 0 for 1. And what does he do? 90. That's his changeup.
Well, slider, yeah, whatever. Breaking ball. Actually, it's probably a little more hittable than 102 because it ended up in the middle of the plate.
0-1 count. Full shift on against Chris. Outfield shaded the other way. Chapman, the 0-1 delivery. Davis will take it outside for a ball. 103.
Yeah. Well, getting loose.
Nothing wrong with that arm. Five-year contract with the Yankees brought him back. 1-1 delivery. 102.
And then right on the corner. Outside corner, right where the glove is.
There's the 1-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be way outside. So the count goes to 2-2. 2 down, 8th inning. Yankees up by 1. Orioles made it a 1-run game in the 6th inning on the Trumbo 2-run homer. Chapman ready with a 2-2, breaking ball up all the way down to 88.
Yeah, another slider that hangs high.
3-2. Wellington Castillo. 14,377 the announced attendance tonight. 14,377. A lot less than that. 2-hour 14-minute rain delay before we got started. Full count delivery, and then he's gone. Davis didn't like it.
Yeah, one of the few pitches maybe off the plate.
So a 1-2-3 inning as Chapman gets the call on that one, and the Orioles retired in order. We go to the 9th. The Rays defeated the Twins 2-1. Odorizzi had pitched no-hit ball for 6 1/3 innings, and Luke Duda 2 for 3 solo homer RBI double for Tampa Bay. So the Twins right now tied with the Angels for the second wild card spot, and the Blue Jays and Red Sox, they're in the 17th, tied at 2. Osuna the blown save, 10th of the year. Mitch Moreland game tying RBI in the 9th. Toronto's used 7 pitchers in the ball game, and Boston has used 10, and they're playing in the top of the 17th.
And they have Mitch Moreland, who came in and pitched against the Orioles.
Exactly. Little different kind of game, but hey,
yes,
you never know. Thank goodness for call-ups. Here's Zach. Britton's going to work here in the 9th. Gregorius will face him, and Britton's first pitch will be down the line, left field, and foul.
Yeah, Zach, we saw the other night, Pilar hit the first pitch for a double. Right-handed hitter. Doesn't want to be around the belt, or in that case right here about the letters.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying Gregorius, he doesn't go up to walk.
No. No, his bat's in motion before he gets into the batter's box. Gregorius a 1 for 7 off Zach. Good job by Brad Brock in inning. Couple of hits, got a strikeout, left 2 on. Trying to handle that one that was down low, 0-2.
Well, there's a good sinker, and they know what's coming. Maybe not here. I mean, they hadn't thrown too many sliders since he's come back, but certainly here. But you know, they're looking sinker. They're hoping that it doesn't really. It starts a little bit high and ends up in the strike zone. It doesn't do that very often. Only just straight down.
Zach appearing in his 3rd game. He's had 2 saves in the previous 2. No runs, 1 hit in 2 innings. Worked against the Yankees. Lifetime 3-4 against New York with 14 saves. 1 ball, 2 strike count, and he chops it foul. Got a piece of his own lower extremity on that one. Stay at 1-2. Gregorius, the 2 RBI single in the 3rd inning. Yankees still all of the runs they scored in that 3rd. And that one right where the guard was, took the strap off. Holiday and then Bird here in the 9th for the Yankees. 1-2 delivery by Zach. Started and did stop.
Yeah, one of the highest batting averages in the major leagues was last year, Gregorius, against lefties. And that's the reason why. I mean, that's a slider. Not only does he not throw it very often, that was a very good slider. Hard to believe he didn't chase it, but it almost did.
Gregorius 256 off left-handers this year. Britton with the 2-2 delivery to him, and he fights off another one over into the end of the Orioles dugout. Yankees 6-9-0. The Orioles 5-8-1. Orioles just 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position. They've left 5. 2-2 delivery, and he wins the battle. Foul tip, held on to it.
Yeah, finally one. He couldn't flick foul or nick it sinker. Target away, fastball in, but great movement. Swings right over it. Ball goes straight down.
So Gregorius retired, and that will bring up Holiday. Holiday with a 2 for 4 off Zach here in this ball game. Drawn a couple of walks. He scored the second walk he picked up in the 3rd inning. He scored on it. Has grounded out but called out on strikes. Holiday will again chop it foul. That's what you see him do, hitting on the top of that sinker from Zach Britton.
Well, last year, I mean, just 47 out of 47. But when you looked at ground ball to fly ball ratio, 127 on the ground, 13 in the air. Number not quite as good, but 74 on the ground and 8 in the air this year, even though he's had a couple of injuries.
Holiday stands back in. 0-1 pitch on the way. Orioles have been able to hold him down here in this ball game on the year. Hitting .409, 6 homers, 16 RBIs against the Orioles. 0-2 count. Did not play in the ball game last night. DHing in this one, or yesterday. Britton ready, and the 0-2 pitch to him. Holiday will take it.
Yeah, well, they got Matt back, as we mentioned, just in time for the big 4-game series in New York, where the Yankees would win 3 of the 4 against the Red Sox, and he would hit 2 home runs, 1 a 3-run shot. And that allowed him to get back into the race.
And the 1-2 delivery on the way to him. Ground ball to short. Back him up. Throws there in time. 2 down, 9th inning. Holiday retired. Greg Bird coming up. Bird a base hit. Reached on that error. Scored in the 3rd. 1 for 4 at the plate here today, and Bird with 2 down, nobody on. Bats here in the 9th inning as Britton tries to send a 1-run ball game to the bottom of the 9th, and that's a strike.
Yeah, it's funny, you talk to Zach and talk about Evan Longoria. He goes, Evan told him, he said, I just swing where I think the ball's going to be. I can't follow it. And that's how good the sinker can be.
0-1 delivery by Britton. That's one of them. 0-2.
I mean, only one home run last year, and that was in 67 innings, and that was Mookie Betts early in the year when Zach came in. Big lead, went 3-2. Betts hit the home run in Fenway, and this year Matt Olson out in Oakland. Big, strong Oakland's first baseman.
Zach Britton, foul tip, not done yet. Count will stay at 2 strikes on Bird. Can the Yankees make one inning of offense stand up? An inning where they 6 runs, 3 earned on just 3 hits. Inning where they were contributing to the offense, a couple of walks, a hit batter, and an error. The Orioles have tried to overcome and almost have. 0-2 delivery on the way to him.
Yeah, that critical at bat after the error when Blyer couldn't get Ellsbury out, and he hit the ground ball up the middle, and a couple more RBIs to get the 5th and 6th runs.
Here's the 0-2 delivery again, and this time it finishes him off. So Britton gets it done. 1, 2, 3. Couple of strikeouts. Orioles, Castillo, Rickert, and Beckham due up. Brought to you by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Elephant Insurance. More care, less cost. Discover the elephant difference at elephant.com. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer as we go towards the 1 o'clock hour. The Orioles down by just 1, 6-5. Yankees trying to win 2 in a row in this series. We go to the bottom of the 9th.
And Della Betances will come on. Back-to-back games. Did get an inning yesterday. Wellington Steele, who's going to lead it off, homered over the right center field fence. That doesn't happen too often. 15, well, a little over 15 strikeouts per 9 inning. And you can see only a couple of home runs. Lefties, very low number. Fastball, curveball. Fastball, 95 to 100, somewhere in that range, and then a swooping curveball. 6-8.
Betances is 1-1 against the Orioles this year in 4 games. 0-1 in save opportunities. Orioles have picked up a couple of runs on 3 hits and 3 2/3 innings against him. So Dylan Betances on, looking for a save. Chapman worked an inning, had 1 strikeout. Robertson an inning, had 1 strikeout. Cannell worked 2/3 of an inning, 1 strikeout. Yankee bullpen has not surrendered a run. Betances working here, and the pitch will be outside for a ball. Castillo a base hit, 1 for 3.
Yeah, Pedro Alvarez looks like he's going to get his first at bat of the year. Spending the year at Triple-A Norfolk with having a good year. In fact, a very good year, power year.
Castillo, the 1 for 4, the home run. Breaking ball had him leaning back. It is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oriole bullpen, long work here in this ball game, giving up only 1 unearned run. They'd like to go a little further. Michael Givens getting ready in the bullpen, and no, did not go around on it.
Yeah, home run yesterday on a fastball, up and away. We're actually middle of the plate, hit it to right center field, sailed out of here. Ball, as you mentioned, Gary, was flying.
2-1 count. Castillo will take a moment.
I'm rather figuring, will he throw me another fastball? You got to hit off it and hope he hangs a curveball. Yep,
way up.
Not even close. 99. Well, they sent Alvarez up, but I'm kind of wondering. Well, he probably would hit anyway. Nobody behind Betances at this moment. Larry Rothschild going to the brow rub. And he won't be taken. Not as hot as he is.
Here's the 3-1 delivery and another bender in there for a strike. So 3-2 on Wellington Castillo, leading off the bottom half of the 9th inning. Betances away. Full count delivery on the way, foul back.
Hittable. Kind of a get me over. I got to throw a strike with a 1-run lead. And there are your 1-run games. Winning percentage. The Mariners at the top. Royals, Angels, Orioles, Astros.
Yankees are only 15 and 23 in 1-run games. Center field. Ellsbury. Castillo retired and 1 down.
Well, you get an idea. He goes 3-2. How much he loves his curveball and trusts it. Wild with a fastball. A couple of breaking balls to get out Wellington Castillo. No, for Pedro, great power year. They're going to come out and have a little conference. 31 doubles. And again, you look at the home runs. 26, drove in 89. 22 home runs for the Orioles last year.
All with AAA Norfolk. Second half of the season, he was the answer to the question of when's he coming up.
Well, the way the roster is situated, last year, very helpful. And it looked like the more he got used to coming over from the National League, the better at bats he had, especially the second half. Helped the Orioles get to the 1-game wild card, winning 89 games.
So Betances against Alvarez, and the pitch will be taken up high. Alvarez 0 for 2 off him. The Oriole bullpen in this ball game had to work 6 2/3 innings. They only gave up 1 unearned run on 7 hits. So they held the fort, allowing the Orioles to come to the 9th here down by just 1. 1-0 delivery. Alvarez on a breaking ball that will miss. 2-0. Beckham waiting on deck. Dylan Betances with a 2-0 delivery. Softened it up, got it in. 2-1.
Well, I'm sure Larry Rothschild said, you know what, better fastball hitter than breaking ball, but we saw him hit balls up in the zone that kind of hung like that one, but I don't think he was expecting it.
Yep. And that time he comes back at 98. So a 10-mile-an-hour difference.
Yeah, just 98 up and in. Looking fastball and expanded the zone.
Rally caps on. 2-2 delivery. Alvarez fouls it off. Two balls and 2 strikes. Shift on in the infield. Alvarez waiting. 2 down.
Terrific curveball. That's the good one. Strike the ball. What's this ball? In the strike zone, out of the strike zone. You know, you're 6'8", you throw it downhill. And again, 15 strikeouts per 9 innings. You're getting to understand why.
Betances 10 out of 12 in saves. Beckham with 2 down here in the 9th inning. Beckham is 1 for 2 off Betances. Pitchers of record are still the starters, Sabathia and Hellickson. Two away. Yankees looking to even up the games they've played here in Baltimore. If they win this, they'll be 4-4 here. They will lead the Orioles 9 games to 5 on the season series. One-0 delivery on the way. That's in there. A win, Sabathia would go 12-5. Hellickson would go 8-9 on the year, 2-4 with the Orioles. Sabathia could get his 20th win against the Orioles, 20-10 in his career if they get it. 1-1 will be way outside. 2-ball, 1 strike count on Tim Beckham. Two-one pitch by Betances. Slowed it up a little, missed.
Wow, this will be. He gets on base with Manny Machado waiting on deck. Boy, the Orioles will be in a position where you're 1 swing away from maybe winning this game.
Yep.
And when you were down 6-1, that's all you would ask of. Of course, he still has to walk Beckham. Remember, only 4 walks all year with the Orioles.
Beckham will take it, and he's on.
Around the plate. Didn't trust the fastball, hooked him again.
Only the 3rd walk the Orioles have in the game. It puts the potential tying run on in the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 down and brings Manny Machado to the plate. Manny with a 1 for 9.
So everybody moves back in the outfield, and again Beckham doesn't steal bases, even though it's easy to steal a base on Betances. But again, any ball up the gap, the speed to score from first easily.
Manny already with his 31st home run in the 3rd inning, 1 for 4. Betances over the top, that will miss for a ball.
At 100.
So the Orioles breathing life into the ball game here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Trumbo's home run in the 8th, good for 2. Made it a 1-run game. 1-0 delivery, set up away, ball in the air, left center field, going back, and goodbye home run! The Orioles have done it! A last at bat, last swing. Manny Machado, a 2 RBI homer, and the Orioles win it 7-6.
Well, you know what Clint Eastwood used to say, if you're going to hang him high. Hang him curveball. Here we go again. Walked off by Machado. Never old news, but happening quite frequently.
And they do it with 2 down. The walk and the homer, and a 7-run output on this swing.
Yeah, hanging curveball. And you got to think he threw so many of them, and again didn't trust the fastball. He gets one up in the zone. He gives you more leverage as a hitter, and it just sails out of here. 2 tonight. 32nd home run wins it for the Orioles.
Betances will take the loss. Zach Britton will get the win, and the Orioles celebrate yet another walk-off as Manny Machado went after that delivery. And the Orioles fans who waited this one out see a thrilling ending. 7-9-1 for the Orioles, 6-9-0 for the Yankees. A great finish That evens up the series, gives the Orioles a chance to take 2 out of 3 in the ball game tomorrow. And for Betances, why not more of the heater?
I don't think he's big. He's 6'8". He kind of opens up. It's curveball's more controllable, and again well, let's get to Manny.
All right.
Man of the hour.
Manny, congratulations. Great way to end the game. What a shot.
Great win for us.
Great win, huh? Look, you go up against Betances. What are you thinking there? You've seen a lot of them.
I know he's a tough at bat. I've always struggled against him, and I was just trying to get a pitch over the plate that I could handle, and he just left one up.
Well, he threw a lot of curveballs. It didn't. I mean, he's thrown 100, so I don't know if you can sit on it. But you have it. I mean, it seemed like he was more comfortable, and he got one up. Were you looking for it, or?
Yeah, I was just trying to look for something up. I know he threw that first pitch fastball away. And, you really can't get off that fastball, because he could get up there and throw for a strike as well. But I was just trying to see something up. He left that curveball up in the air, and I was able to put a good swing on it.
Now, you also knew that the Orioles have won the last 11 series here at Camden Yards against the Yankees. And if you don't hit that home run, they can't win the series with Gausman tomorrow. You're probably aware of that, weren't you?
No, I wasn't at all. That's the first time I hear about it. But, it was a great win for us. We needed this win. This was huge for us. And we've been struggling the last 2 days. They're a great ball club out there. They're contending as well as we are. And, we're just lucky that we came up on top today.
I wonder how much in the course of this season, Manny, that the ball club has just learned. We were talking about it. Comebacks just have become part of second nature, it seems like, for this team, because you've had to do it so often.
You know what? We're never going to fight. That's something we always have. That's our best key that we have on this team, is that we're going to fight till the last out is made or till that last strike is thrown. So, at the end of the day, we got to go out there as a team, play as hard as we can, leave it all on the field, and never give up.
Well, you didn't. Congratulations on a walk-off.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Manny Machado coming away with it, and the Orioles come away with a dramatic win, 7-6. Last at bat, last pitch. Now a chance to win the series. Tomorrow they wrap it up. It'll be Sonny Gray against Kevin Gausman. Our coverage on Masson will begin at 6:30 with Ozarks presented by Southwest. Game coverage will be at 7. This has been a Masson presentation. Tom and Rick standing by. A dramatic comeback win. They'll show you how it happened as the Orioles come away the victors, 7-6 on Manny Machado's walk-off homer. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, thanks for hanging with us. It was worth it for the ending, wasn't it? We'll see you tomorrow. Do-a-do.